Good evening, everybody. Hope you are doing well. I'm going to shout out everything. We got to wait for people to come into the live stream anyway, so we're all good. Hope everyone's doing well. Of course, some people watch this back for after the games, not live, so thank you everyone who does that. I need to share out my links and everything. If you may notice, and I'll wait until people are here, I am a little bit slow today. I was drinking last night and woke up this morning with a slight headache. I'm not gonna lie. Is that the wrong thumbnail? Why is it done? Is this the right thumbnail? Oh my gosh, has it done the wrong one? I think it might have done the wrong one. It's fine, I think we should be able to change it, no worries. Oh my goodness. But the games today, just 3. The big one, of course, being Austrian Derby, which is naturally the biggest one of all of them. Let me go into my YouTube studio, fix this real quick. Here we are, added this up. Because I forgot to change the thumbnail, because I am not very clever. Give that a second to update, and it shouldn't be too big of an issue. There we go. Save that. We're good. Hope everyone is well, though. Games should be quite fun today. Of course, the Raiders Vikings is always a fun game because it's the Austrian Derby. We've got other ones that we have a quick look at. Actually, who is playing today? Because I've forgotten the other 2 games. Berlin versus Hamburg. Fun one. Do think Hamburg should be quite favourite in that one. And later today we have Madrid versus the Enthroners. But again, Madrid really should be winning that one overall. Should be a fun collection of games. I've got to get my links out, of course, because I had to change the thumbnails. We're a little bit behind. But should be no worries. Let's start with Instagram. Oh, and again, thank you everyone who did the survey. Like, we hit some crazy numbers. Of course, that's still live. But for the London Monarchs survey, that shit is going crazy good. Let's get first down on this. We are live. Get that black bar above that. That shared out. Now we go on Twitter. I think pretty sure last time I tried to do Twitter, I absolutely crashed Twitter on my phone. Okay. We got a couple minutes until the game starts, so no stress there. It's about 50 minutes game. It usually starts going live around then. And keep refreshing this one because it's playing copyrighted music at the start of the game, which means I can't actually show the thing, but at the moment anyway, which means I have to have it on mute volume just for a second. Okay, let's put on Reddit as well. Put into ELF community. ELF week 4 watch along. There we go. Happy days. Put the URL into that. And then we had to add tag and flare. I don't like the tags and flares. Not sure who added the tags and flares. I don't really like the tags and flares that much, but I guess it makes sense. But we'll post that up. Cool. And it should already be on the Discord chat as well. Let me just put that into the thing. There's someone on a motorbike with a loud ass engine, so I'm hoping that doesn't come through the mic too much. Here we are. Amazing. And thumbnail's changed as well, so could be better. I'm going to take off my jumper in a minute. Of course, I'm still on the hangover cure, which is usually just kind of like sweat everything out over the course of the day. So I've been eating, drinking, sweating. I think everyone's got their own hangover cures. My one is this. It's very refined. Not that I'm an alcoholic, but I'm European, so this was very funny. It was like Americans start drinking at 21, and 21 is usually when Europeans are like, you know what? I'm gonna stop drinking as much. I think my first one was when I was like 13, 14. West Country ciders. Fuck yeah, that's how it goes. So at the moment we're just coffee and heat. So it's hot in this room. I'm sure the games today will also be equally as fun as that. We are still not currently up, which is a little bit unusual. Usually they're up by now. Right, let's have a little peek into this. Alright, let's go wait and see. I think my overall prediction is that Vienna win this game, but I don't think it'll be like a crazy blowout. I think it'll be like a 10 to maybe 15-point win for Vienna. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I don't want it to be too crazy. Austrian rivalry has always been fun. Let me have a look at it. Can I have a look at ELFpedia and see the it actually already has a Battle of Austria. That's so sick. Already up there on the Battle of Austria on the homepage. That's so cool. Oh my god, why is the font like that? That's a horrible font. Let's change that at some point. And now got a Mario Kart time in. Absolute good idea. I'm actually undefeated at Mario Kart, so that's fun. And 21 in COVID. Jeez, that's unfortunate. So it'd have been like 22, 23, but yeah, Americans start getting mad when we calm down. Like, I think in England you can start drinking at 16 if you're having it with like parental guidance. And then at 18 you can buy it freely. But I feel like when you make people wait till 21, they're going to do it anyway. So just may as well let people do it. Alright, so we got all of the Austrian Bowl games, which of course was pre-ELF, and this is amazing what ELFpedia have done here. If you haven't looked on ELFpedia, they've got a whole section for the Battle of Austria. That's incredible. So they've got the Chrysler Vikings versus a Papa Joe's Raiders. That's so sick. Back in the early 2000s. And now it came all the same until we had the Swarco Raiders come in 2006 and then the Dodge Vienna Vikings. Love that. A few changes. That's so fun. I love that. And then you got the Dacia Vikings. That's how I remember them now. Being the second team versus the Swarco Raiders. But historically, the Raiders have been the better team, winning the last 3 Austrian Bowls in 18, 19, 21, which is incredibly interesting. But then in the ELF, it's been all Vienna every single time, which is again very fun and they've all been pretty close. Not every time, but we had 29-23, 29-13, 34-13 is a bit of a blowout, but then 13-7, 26-6, 27-6, and then 27-19. So overall, pretty fun, honestly. And then this one is at Vienna in the Gentry Arena. I'm thinking for a Vienna win by about 15. That's what I'm going to predict. But this is so cool that ELFpedia has this all set up. Honestly, that's amazing. Because they are an Austrian, so of course it's big for them. Fantastic. We got 11,000 in that 2024 Vikings game. Obviously, at Vienna, they always have the bigger crowds. They don't have as much in the Raiders Stadium, which is kind of mental, like only 25% capacity. Be surprised if that was that low this season. Let's give this a refresh, see if we're live yet in the stadium. Not currently. We'll continue on this. But that was a fun walk down memory. That was cool. That was really, really cool. I don't think we can see. I'll see the betting lines. I know they're out. I think the Vienna are a favourite by about, I think it's 11 points or is it 18 points? I think it might be 18 points. Which would be quite a lot, to be honest. That'd be a bit of a surprise if it was so much. You wouldn't think it would be such an overwhelming favourite. Perry's been in Tyrrell before, but he'll probably be new to the team this season. Yeah, I don't know, man. Perry is a good quarterback, but he didn't blow me away last year. He definitely had moments, especially against Munich in that first game. But if we look at his numbers, I know it's not all about numbers, but it's helpful to see. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think it's a tough one for him. coming in. I've got a really bad right shoulder as well. And Cozy Perry. Afternoon, Alex. So we got just 60% completion. Under that, 13 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, which isn't fantastic. And then rushing numbers, we got on career. He also rushed for 5 more touchdowns. So we had 18 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Didn't actually lose any of his fumbles. Not going to count that. 400 yards rushing, basically. Technically 399, but you know. Yeah, but they did really, really bad in the playoffs. Well, no, not the playoffs. The last game before the playoffs had a bad game. If we can have a look at that. Where he went, 8 for 18. So only 44% completion range for 70 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception. Got sacked 4 times. Played overall poorly. So it's going to be an ask for him to come in on relative short notice. Maybe not in game shape like someone like Ben Holmes might be in. Let's have a look at how Ben has done historically against the Raiders. Can we see that real quick? I think overall, I actually saw Keontae Allen was in Potsdam this year. Surge legend, Keontae Allen. Right, so I want Ben Holmes. Good to see you though, Jamal, as always. So Ben Holmes against the Raiders last season. Raiders Tyrrell. Actually didn't play very well in the first game. Only 45% accuracy. He got a touchdown, no interceptions, but overall not a great game. And then the second time he played them... Oh no, that was the second time. First time he played well, 65% accuracy with 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. So he played well in the first game, didn't do so well in the second, which is interesting. I think that quarterback battle is going to be the one that is probably the most exciting for this game, because some people have been critical of Ben Holmes this year, which surprised me. I know he's not been like phenomenal, but like people would be very critical of Ben. Let's have a look at the summary for this year, because he's got 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, which is good. Like he's played well. 500 yards. The completion yards are bad, but that's true. Also, he did. Yeah, he did, didn't he? That was always one of our concerns. He started slow. I completely forgot about that. That's such a good point. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. Great point. What do you think of Madrid and Frankfurt will win by? I think bet-wise, I know I use that a lot, but they are professionals, so they decide the betting land. I think Madrid are the 35-point favourites, which I think is reasonable. And Frankfurt played Cologne, right? 50-point favourite against Cologne, I think, to be honest. They're a bad team overall. But Keontae Allen versus Perry. I think that's a very good comparison. Where did Keontae Allen go to college? And that's not, I'm just interested in that now. Let's have a look. Keontae Allen. I think I prefer Perry. He's a little bit bigger, which I'm a fan of personally. Keontae Allen. Let's say his college on his... So he played Mexico, and then went to the Kings and Surge. He's a vet as well, no doubt about it. But so Wack, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Okay, so he went to Durham. He went to Durham? How did I not know that Keontae Allen went to Durham University? What the fuck? Why did I not know that Keontae Allen went to college in the UK? That's so funny. Well, fair play. Fair play. Both lands are 34.5. Amazing. Kings and Surge Legend now at Potsdam. Yeah, I knew he was at Potsdam. I saw that just very recently. Played in Mexico last year in 2024. He was really damn good for that one game. If you remember that one game, because his numbers overall of the Surge and the Kings, he was fine. He was okay. If you look at that one game, 76% completion. That was really good. So he actually had a good stretch in the Surge games. Really good stretch in the Surge games. But this last one, 26 for 34, so 76% completion, 4 touchdowns in the ground as well as in the air. So he had 8 total touchdowns. He was phenomenal. One of the best performances by a quarterback in ELF history. It was so rogue. Let's see if the zone is working yet. We're still waiting for that one to go live. Should be any second now, really, right? It's still just a black screen. Potsdam Dustorf 676. Interesting. I would not think Dustorf would be able to hang with Potsdam, considering Potsdam have about 30 Americans, but not sure if anyone else have it. Maybe I'll go out of the game back in. Don't want to miss the opening of the game. That would be quite annoying. Games. I mean, none of them are here, which is fun. Very fun. So it's just coming up and there's no live games. We got shows maybe? No, that's just like the live stuff. Is Hamburg Berlin started yet? No. Which is a bit weird. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Anyone else having this issue? Maybe just me? Let me text. Let me see what's going on. Game's not live. Let's test it. Just refresh. Keep refreshing. See what we can get. Will be the zone. Just black screen. Come on, then. I'd really like to watch this game, please. Oh, no. Enthroners past events versus Vienna, Prague, and Panthers. Maybe this could be a tricky one for Madrid. Fair? I don't think Madrid should have issues. You wouldn't expect them to have issues. Because Madrid are just a better team. Let me go on like ELFs. Oh, wait, hold on. It says that's live. Oh! We have commentary. Oh, we have commentary. Yeah, let's just go on ELF zone. Join live. Yeah, we'll put ELF zone up for now. Still a black screen. I'm a little bit worried. Yeah, at least you got a camera quality. I just have a black screen. Maybe I'll shut the zone off and I'll try again. Yeah, let's just give it a full reset. Not much further as the Vikings do a good job to collapse on the return man. That was walls on the return. I mean, that's annoying. Back left, and as you can see there was oh dear. Let's go on the left zone again, see if that's any better. Strong safety who came up and made a great play for the Vikings. And Cozy Ferry on the field for the first time. Which is weird. I'm not sure what's going on here then. In the backfield, that's a loss of about 5, and making the play for the Vikings, Nicholas Husky, the cornerback coming up and making. Jeez. Outside contain, and Benatti had nowhere to go. Completely wrapped up and taken down. That's fun. Very, very fun. I am confused because I would think maybe if I was like streaming it, maybe it gets funny. Would be showing like the thing. The fuck? People aren't getting black screens. And it's just me. Wrapped up and taken down for lost yardage in the backfield. Benatti having all sorts of trouble trying to hit the edges on the first 2 plays of the I've just got nothing. Right, we're just gonna have to listen to commentary for a second then, fellas. See if it gets any better. What's up, Marcus? We got current issues with the zone ain't showing me nothing. Very annoying. We're listening to radio. Something's been caught. First down, Raiders. Kind of just waiting to see if it gets better. This is strange. I'm not sure why this is happening. Just gotta keep going between all of them. Hamburg already has a touchdown. I don't even have a stream up. Like, the fuck? 7-0 Sea Devils. We know that now. I am pissed. Oh, man. Apparently, but I've never had an issue with having OBS up before when it does that. Apparently OBS is the issue. But that wouldn't be the case, surely not. Oh man, what? How are we going to sort this out then, guys? Apparently, don't work if you ain't got a... Let me see if my Xbox has the zone on it. Let's try that out. Let's try this out. Let's move this over here. Let's get rid of the video capture. Oh, that's the wrong one. Max screen. Let's try this. Let's try this. Give it full thing. We aren't showing any of the screen up. Maybe this will work. No. Fun. They fucking found me out. They don't like me anymore. Let me just search up the zone on my Xbox. Don't worry, guys. I will not be defeated by rules and regulations. We move our ring light over. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put this over here. We're going to view the download processing. Don't worry, fellas. I ain't going to be fucking beaten by nothing. I need to move my ring light over. There we go. I look handsome. That's installing very slowly. Good times. This honestly would be fine. Like, this wouldn't be too bad. Why is this not installing very fast? Let's see what we can get. Why is it taking so long to start the install? No, she's on the zone side. Trying to view on Xbox now. Let's see what we can do here. Because I mean, there's no screen recording software on my Xbox, so it should hypothetically work. If it doesn't, then fuck. We're in trouble. we should be okay though. Just gotta remember my damn password. Jeez, that's gonna be a fucking thing. Okay. Pretty sure this is my zone. Don't worry, guys. I will not be beaten. I will watch this damn game. I use my mobile login. Actually, I'll visit thezone.com. That'll be a lot easier, won't it? Or is it going to get funny about me doing that? So to like, there we go. Devices, here we go. We're going to use manual login. We're going to be fine, Dad. Don't worry, lads. Don't worry. All is good. All will be fine. It's trying to steal my streams. I will not have my streams stolen. Why is it now doing this? You're going to hear my typing problems now. How much I hate typing on Xbox. Oh my god. Never does it properly whenever you try and type on Xbox. Oh my goodness, gracious me, I hate you. Every time I try and type too fast, it just spreads the keyboard out. Look. Now I gotta remember my damn password. Let me go into my I can swear I can look at my settings on this, right? Go into passwords. We'll be fine. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I can't do that, Marcus. I'm not that clever. I'm not clever with it. I can't lie. We want passwords. Can't remember how to do that. Yup. Well, at the moment, I feel like you are in control of the zone because currently I cannot sign in or show the live feed because I've got OBS open so far. It doesn't like OBS being open. So I need to guess my password at the moment. So typing a password on this is going to be a problem. See if we can guess it first try. Usually, how we have this. The fuck? Maybe password's wrong. Oh, I didn't put the C. Oh my god, I'm gonna have a mental breakdown on stream because I cannot type on this thing. Don't worry. Oh my god, jeez, I am actually hating this. See if it's this. I'm astounded by how bad this typing is. I know I'm moaning about it a lot, but it's also because I've been... The fuck? Oh my god, what's going on? I don't have any other like alternative passwords. This is mental. Maybe an ad block, potentially. Let's search up my settings passwords. Let's see if it's set up. Password manager for zone.com. Brother, that's what I put the first time. That's what I put the first time. Is it this one? Oh my god, no way that I used that password. If I actually use that password, that's a password I've not used in years. Why would I have done that? If it is this one, that is. What the fuck? I am not pressing that button. We have missed so much of the game. I appreciate everyone for being patient. I really do. While you watch me have a moment on stream where I cannot even get up the game. It's because of... because I was using that one. It is that one. Oh my god. I never thought it'd be so hard to sign in to watch on my Xbox. But now we are learning. It's a learning experience. It is. It is a learning experience. This is not what I needed when I've got a hangover. Just the sound of clicking constantly, you know. That's right. Start watching. We're in. We're in. Right, now we need to search up ELF. I need to turn my volume down. ELF. Maybe. Please. Let me just watch the damn game. Stop the video. Not sure yet. Can't watch. I'm still buffering. Still buffering. Still waiting. We'll see eventually. Oh, we're in an ad. That's a good start. Video will be playing after this ad. We're fine. Don't worry. Touchdown Vienna. Good to know. Thank you very much. I'll be there in a second. I promise I'll be there in a second. We got a green screen. There we go. We're fucking watching football, boys. We've joined midway through the first quarter. We are watching football. Which means I'm going to have to find a way to put like a score in this little black box at some point. I'll figure that out. I don't know what I'm going to do for that, but we'll figure it out. PAT4 Vienna. This is a weird angle for me to watch at. I'm going to have to like move centrally and extend this mic out as much as possible. This is weird. I've never watched a ELF game actually in the last like 2 years on this TV. Alright, who scored Marcus? I'm sure I'll see the replay in a second. It looks like it might have been... oh, we'll have a look at the replay. No, that's the kick. They're up by 6. I'm pretty sure that was good. It was indeed. Okay, so it's a Ben Holmes pass to Noah Torre. Surprise, surprise. Noah Torre's development. He's still getting better, by the way. Like, we've seen a few guys from last year, like rookies, do well, not have as much success in this season. Torres having success. Kid's unreal. We got the Bombers playing too. Happy days. They got booth review. I don't know why. Maybe that's a fake booth review. It's not a real booth review. Yeah, it's not. It's not. We're good. We're good. 7-0. Torre with the reception. I'm going to put my feet up in a minute. Yeah. It was Torre with the reception. It's alright. 18-10. It's not too different, you know. I can see why you would get that one. A bit muddled up. No arm, no foul. Right, the kicking coming off. I've got to have my phone out, of course. I got the chat up on my phone. So that's what we got to work with. Kick coming from Vienna. Back to the Raiders. I'm not sure if the Raiders have had an offensive drive yet. Of course, I've only just come in, probably, for halfway through the first. Use the field by Wolves. Gets out to about the 25-yard line, maybe. Just a bit short. 23. Oh damn, I got a ring light in the way. My apologies. This is an awkward setup. I'm gonna chuck my jumper behind me. There we go. Move that over. There we are. I don't want to be too much in the shadows, but also don't want the ring light in the way. Jeez, King Cole out here in Milan during the bye week. That's good to see. Good for him. I just wish he'd fucking play a little bit better for Helvetic, to be honest with you. Isn't cozy. There's a run for Bonatti. I'm hoping this one, relatively close game, would be fun. I think Vienna will win, but I'd like a close game, you know. Let's have a look. This one is going to be a fun one, I think. Let's keep that up. And I'd like to see, if anyone wants to put the scores of the other games in, please feel free. Always helpful. That's Bonatti. Again, such an amazing run game, but they do have some injuries. Both of these teams have injuries. Stuffed. I don't want Vienna to dominate. I think Vienna dominate, it'll put a bit of a stall on the Raiders for a while. But the crowd looks big. I love the military uniforms. Great look for the Vikings. Love the helmets too. Like that green Vikings helmet might be one of my favourites. They're in fire by the Raiders. Heavy front line by Vienna. They're sending heat and cozy. To Schneider, drops the pass. Great break up there by the defense. Nicely done. He's a lot less like a small child waiting under the bats on. Yeah, fair point. Absolutely. I'm only just a little bit caught up, Jamal, so don't worry. Don't worry. I'm still behind. I'll have to move. Maybe I'll move more centrally, get my camera in a different place. Everyone would move my camera around too much, so it's sensitive. It's a pump by the Raiders. Not a good start for them offensively. It's the punt away. Stadium looks full. Good to see. Fielded. It's dangerous. Maddox with the tackle eventually. There we go. That was a good punt. Crowd looks very full. Hamburg up 14-0. Makes sense. Berlin aren't a very good team, so you would expect them to definitely be dominating. You would not think Berlin would be given much of a competition to Hamburg. They were only a 3.5 betting favourite, which is insane. I'm not going to lie, that's a mad take. Log in, there we go. There's a short pass to No Torre, gets about 9, maybe 10 out of that. Good for him. Right, let's have a look. So yeah, they're up by 14. Okay, I got the live scores now up on my phone as well, so we're all good. Nicely done by Torre. Not sure how he's doing statistically, but he definitely seems to be scoring. He's kind of taken a bit of a Lewis Geyer step up, I think. Honestly, he's such a damn good player. And for a homegrown to have a player like that as a homegrown with the level of ceiling he has, is insane. There's a run up the middle. First down, Vienna. Taking your daughter, that's so dope. That's actually awesome. Especially against Munich. This could be a really fun game. I think I picked Munich for it. Because like whenever I don't pick Munich, people are like, oh, you're sleeping on us, blah, 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 blah. This is our opportunity to like prove me wrong. Like this could be such a good fun game. It's heavy rain as well. You'd think heavy rain would favour the Raiders, to be honest. Because they're such a heavy run team, you'd think it would. You'd think it would favour them. Not guaranteed. Maddox was a good tackle. He's been fun to watch. I just want the Raiders to keep... Look at that. Fuck. Such a great block. Literally just hit Schwam back like 10 yards. Used him as a weapon. He looks big in those pads too. I really, and Danny Webber, a good shout. Aaron Maddox, the dog. I really want the Raiders to like keep some of their American defenders. Like Devin Taylor was so good last year and they couldn't keep him. I really want them to keep Maddox because he looks like a savage. So that's just love. See, now she'll be a fan for life, especially if it's a fun game. That's dope, honestly. That is really cool. I love that. They're a team from Vienna. So we love to see. I said we wanted to be close. The rain favors the Raiders. Gonna have to be a pass here. It's wet weather. Looking right, looking left. Gonna take the underneath route to be a bomber for maybe a 10-yard gain. So it's gonna be 4th down. He'll probably punt this one, you'd think. Not going to be taking too many risks this early in the game. Good catch by Beer Obama though. It is pissing it down. Oh my gosh. Didn't look like it was meant to be pissing down. Some people were in like jeans and shorts. Here's the punt. Away, but not. That's just a damn good punt, I can't lie. Wall's going to take it out, breaks a couple tackles. Nicely done by him to get out to about the 25-26. Did not think he was going to be able to do that. Yeah, I love Maddox, man. Such a great interviewer too. Like in that interview I did with him. Super nice guy. So I wish him the best. I want to see him in the league for years. He's fun. Like he's such a good player. I liked him when he came in. He's been real fun. I like him a lot. Love a good rain game. Exactly. Rain games are fun. They're fast-paced quite often because the run game is like keeping the clock running. There's mistakes which can open up like opportunities for both teams. And Cozy did not play well though in that last rain game. Let's just make note of that. The most recent rain game and Cozy was in Europe. He kind of shat the bed as we discussed in the pre-game. So that's an interesting point. Raiders trying to attack. Advantage the outside. That 3-3-5 Vikings not having that exactly. It's like the Raiders are a really good team. That's the thing that a lot of people I think miss. Is that like they're a fun team, really fun team. They got some great homegrown weapons. They got good allocated Americans. They spend on the offensive line. They've got a great run game. Like they're a fun team. Their recruitment of Americans is actually really damn good. Now that I think about it, you got. Even this year, Maddox, really fun player that we've all like loved. Dijon Walls, he's been great, love him. Connor Miller was good for a couple of games, obviously got hurt, but they brought back Cozy, who was fun last season. Ja'Cory Sullivan has been mixed, not like a big player, but also they've had like people like Jarvis in the past, who was really fun. My co-host, so. Raiders know how to get in some good Americans. Speaking of Ja'Cory, he's in motion on the 1st and 10. Another run here by the Raiders. They're moving the rock. House of Vanta with a bit of a decent carry. I swear. Let me get my fantasy up on my screen. So I can see who's around. I'm so out of focus, my God. We won. Because I'm pretty sure I've been at in my fantasy. I think my camera likes to focus on this lamp. I'm going to move this lamp out. Because it loves focusing on it. Maybe I'll just like keep the light on over here. Just so it's a little bit more light on my face. There we go. It's a little bit better. And Cozy passing it. Always pump faked. Oh! I don't know how we got back to the line there. He was stumbling and bumbling. Alright, so we got Bonatti in this game. And That's it. Benatti's my only one in this one. Let me get the left page up so I can just look at stats on my screen. That'd be pretty fun. Let's get that up. So far, Bonatti has only got -2 yards, which is not good. Like a few more of that. Looks like Hasavanta might be taking more of the carries that go into this game if he's got a bit more form. Speaking of the devil, that's a solid maybe 5 or 6 yard gain, 4th and 1. It's going to be a close one. No passes completed so far for the Raiders. Vikings going for a lot more of a heavy offensive passing load. And that's the end of the first quarter. That's easy switch because we're on the 50. We only watched half of it because we had technical difficulties with OBS. But it looks like going forward with this strat, I'll have to find a way to like have a score on this screen while watching on this screen. That'll be what we got to try and figure out. End of the first quarter. Vikings 7, Raiders 0. Fair enough. Things we love to see. You'll see. I think you'll be able to hear a little bit of commentary in the back too, if I'm not mistaken. Might be a bit low for that, though. I'm not sure. Right, let's get just trying to get all my my info up. I'm gonna get the Thunder versus Berlin, Hamburg. There you go, Talia, 3 for 3 for 92 yards and a touchdown. Here he is. Oh, I got Chris Min, who's got 21 yards. Robinson with 84 yards. That's and 1 catch. That's pretty spectacular. He's a great receiver. Sullivan is playing, but has thrown 2 interceptions. Rough. I'm so out of focus, my lord. That's rough. I'd say they use Bias and they use Tyler. They're doing both of that. 2 interceptions though, that's not good. Who got them? Nazir and Hecker. What's he done for those 2 gentlemen? Yeah, I think it could. I think it could be. But Berlin are, I'm not gonna lie, Berlin are a bad team. Like, I just don't think they've got it, to be completely honest. 21-0. Yeah, they're just, I don't know, I'm just not like a Berlin guy. I'm sorry, I'm just not like a believer in anything that they have in that team. I really like, maybe I'll take that back, because I really like Will Lytle. That's about it. Like, that's the only player I think if I was building a team that I would consider having. And even then, defensive tackle, the American spot is not, in my opinion, the best use of it. Damn. That's rough. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Sullivan has not played well this year. Like, let's look at his numbers. I know he's a league legend. Well, he's a league stalwart. You know, he's been here for a few years. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he might be on a decline. So far this season, he's got nine touchdowns. Those are now 6 picks, and he's fumbled it a few times too. Like he's been more accurate in his career this season so far. He's pushing the ball downfield a hell of a lot more than he has in previous years. Oh, Sullivan with a pick! Oh, no, not Sullivan, sorry. It's fucking, oh my god, and Cozy with a pick 6, nearly. Oh my god, I fumbled. What's going on? Did Nkosi just recover his own pick? Hold on. So, Nkosi with a terrible throw, I'm not going to lie. not Hunter Nichols, sorry. Amani Dennis then fumbles the fucking ball. Amani, that's so poor. Oh my god. Perry got lucky there. That was such a bad done. They got to keep the ball on the ground. It's too wet to be throwing passes like that. Too wet. That was lucky. That was very, very, very lucky. Well, first down. Something. I cannot believe you dropped that ball. I cannot believe you dropped that ball. Jesus, that's tough. Oh my god. Not a good start. It was a great recovery, like you said, but no, he's not been fantastic. It is kind of hard with these run games. I don't think Perry is a very good quarterback in the rain. You think he might be better though, because he's a running quarterback, but maybe I don't know. And especially with like Miami U background, Miami isn't exactly the driest place to play. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a safety then. That was close. Bonatti at the middle. Maybe he's not -2 yards anymore. I need him to be on those pluses. Maybe it was a poor decision having Bonatti against the Vikings defense. But we maybe he'll get a touchdown. Maybe he'll get a touchdown. They're in 10, up deep in their own territory. Very deep in their own territory. It is very wet in this game. Very, very wet. Exactly. Go Gators. Ooh. The only team I love in college football is my own team I built on College Football 25. The Le Grande Pumas. I found a small little town in Oregon. I was, you know what? I'm going to give Le Grande CFB team. So I did that. A couple national championships later. Here we are. Right, now we're going to punt. 4th and 5. Deep in their own territory. Got to be done. Oh my god, Lucky's pass rush back. He's so good. There's the punt. It is away. Returnable. Don't fumble the ball. There we go. Worried about Manny fumbling the ball. People are slipping and sliding, I can't lie. And this rain is having a very clear effect. Let's see what Vikings can do. Arguably we should have had a pick 6, but it's Ben Holmes. So far been very efficient. Hasn't really put much of a foot wrong. Yeah, Le Grande. I'm sure you know whereabouts that is. It's tiny. Well, I'm giving him a team. Fuck it, we playing pink, black, and white. I just wanted to be something a little bit different. I want to use the same red, white, and blue everyone uses. I wanted pink jerseys. My inspiration was the old Italian league pink kits from Palmero. Yeah, so I liked those kits. I was like, I'm gonna make a pink kit. Le Grand. Yeah, of course they do. Tuolunga has perfect conditions to make up for that bit loss last week. Absolutely. Kind of a layup for him. Ooh, broken tackle by Torre. Nicely done. Yeah, it's a bit of a layup for him. Berlin are a bad team. Berlin are terrible at stopping a pass. Let's have a look at his numbers so far. It is the perfect bounce back game for him. And that's the perfect confidence builder. I'm not sure if he's a player that plays off of confidence, but it seems a little bit like it, potentially. Because he is currently 5 for 5 for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. Trip inside the red zone, rolling out for Holmes, going for a shot to the end zone, which is a touchdown. Maybe. It's caught. Yeah, it is. It is a touchdown. That's 14 now if they get the PAT. Who was that? 10. Who's 10? Who am I blanking on 10 for the Vienna Vikings? No, as soon as I'm going to see it, I'm going to be like, of course it is. Let's have a look. That was a beautiful place ball. Wide open. Great catch. Oh, Keimel. Of course it's Keimel. Of course it is. Silly me. Yeah, beautiful drop in the bucket. Lived in Aloha. Yeah, that's what I just said. Aloha. PAT's up and it looks good. It is. Oof. Raiders need to start picking something up here on offense. Otherwise they're going to be fucked. To use nice words. Doesn't seem as if they're doing too well so far. Nicely done by Vienna though, easily. Yeah, I think Jamal, I think you're right on that one. Raiders need to score soon, otherwise they're going to get blown out. Yeah, exactly. Bryce out, Adams out. They got Samuel Orem Jones in running back. Who's America? Did they sign American receiver? I can't remember. I'm blanking. I should know that, but the Berlin suck. I'm gonna be real. Berlin is not a good team. They have a couple pieces, and they're kind of in a similar situation as Cologne. Of like, try out some new players, get some guys in at younger, promote them from the youth, set up in Berlin. Try and get some guys in, but they are not a good team. There's Dijon again. Decent return out to nearly the 40. Good job by him. Great player. Big fan. But they need something there. They need something there. Yeah. I was chatting with Marco today. He went to school not too far away from there. Yeah, Marco's a G from Oregon. That's crazy, actually. That's actually wild. You went to the same grade school as Nick. That's wild. That's such a small world. Honestly, that's unreal. Like, I remember one of our quarterbacks at UE, his dad coached one of the quarterbacks from Nottingham when they were both in the States. I think it was something like that, which is quite wild. But that is mental. It's such a small world, it really is. But they say everyone is like at least like 8 connections away from anyone else in the world. Feel bad for Emil Fuchs, hasn't got anything there last season. Yeah, I thought they'd have. I didn't think they'd give Emil a ton of action because Berlin have never been a run team. They had Albert and they didn't really use him. They had Al Khalifa and they didn't fucking use 2 good running backs who are both good receiving backs. They didn't use them enough. I mean, Albert got 800 yards total, but like. There we go. That's Marco Schneider with a nice catch downfield, but there are flags. Absolutely right. I hope they use him a bit more. Berlin had 3 A's on offense, basically. 2 of them out for the year. Yeah, brutal. Also true. Can't out-recruit Potsdam. Like, they just get a couple of those pieces, it would be good, but they just can't do it. They've never really have been a contender, even when they had some really damn good players. You know, Carl Kitchens, Zugvid, Emil Hoefter. They had some solid players, they just never get over the hump. Just can't get it done. Potsdam just lost to Dusseldorf. That's fucking brutal. GFL, I hate when people are in a GFL like, oh yeah, left leading receivers are all GFL guys. GFL's clearly better. Fuck off. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck off. That's mental that they did. Let me check that. Again, also kind of hard to admit that. Let's have a look at that bomb by Talia. Great throw. Great throw by Talia there. Beautifully done. Love Terry on. Wonderful. Right, penalty yardage brought them back a lot. They really need to get this shit kicking, I can't lie. Like, run game's working, like, to an extent. Have not seen much of the passing game work that well. Kind of need something here, boys. 3rd and 10. It's, you know, you get into that range now. Oh, lucky. That was absolutely unreal. Perry's done too much. I don't think Perry's that great at the moment, I'm not going to lie. Did you see a lucky there? Oh my lord. If he timed that well, that's fucking a defensive player right there, I can't lie. That's a defensive player of the year nominee. If he's doing that. If he timed that, which it looks like he did. What the fuck? Did you see that? He literally just went straight through the middle of them. That's incredible. I cannot be the only person that saw that. Hello, SH. Oh my gosh. Okay, they called a flag. Let's have a look, because that looked spectacular. Oh, the Raiders are fucked. The Raiders are done. Brutal. Brutal. Raiders are done, I think. If they're lucky, might be a DPOY. Did you see that timing of that snap? Oh, punt nearly blocked. Just leave that, let that roll, let that roll. There you go, well done. They're getting on him for not letting it roll. It was done. Number 28. No surprise, surprise. Yeah, Hamburg are just going to blow them out. Let's have a look at the score card now from them. Smashing them. Good job to them. So that's what we expected now from Talia. Now let's get some running with Chris Minkaya, because I really want him to get some rookie number records. And I've got John Levy Cruz has got a touchdown. There we go. He's in my fantasy. Oh, look at Vienna. They're making them look stupid at the moment, I can't lie. Vienna looks so much better than the Raiders. So far in this game, honestly. Incredible. It does look as if. It does look as if. They've just... I know what the Raiders need to do to overcome them, to be honest. It probably, you know, some of it is a homegrown thing. You know, Vienna is just going to have more of a homegrown talent pool, of course. But it's quite incredible how the difference between the Austrian Bowl games and the ELF games. Incomplete by Schutz. Second down. That's something for him. It's a start. It's close. Yeah, it probably would have been. Honestly, probably would have had his legs taken out. 2nd and 10 by Vienna, just past the 50. 8 minutes left of the half. Quick pass by Humpig. Oh, no! You got to pick that off. You got to pick that off. Oh, you got to pick that off. Got to pick that off. Cannot drop that. That's crazy. That's so close. Cannot drop that ball. I can't lie, though. Oh, brutal. Oh, my God. I've just looked outside. It is like dot. We've got a storm overhead. Fun, fun, fun. So if my connection gets a bit ropey, you know why. Raiders had the better QB for about 10 years, but now they've not found that guy. Yeah, they had Sean. Which is a good point, actually. Sean was there for a long time. They need to find stability in that team for sure. Holmes going to take off and run himself, and he's tripped up. After a few yards, he's pissed. 4th down. Good stand there by the Raiders. Good stand. What's up, Thomas? How you doing, brother? We got your game later tonight. All eyes will be on that team. The Enthroners versus the Madrid Bravos. Let's have a look at the stats in this game so far. Holmes has definitely not had as much of a completion percentage over the last drive. It's kind of dropped a little bit, but they've punted it away. Don't field that. There you go. So let that bounce out. Ooh. Yeah, of course a touchback. There we go. I was a bit worried then. They were going to fuck him over. They came as the Enthroners coming. Yep, they start in what, 10 minutes? That'll be a good game to watch. During halftime of this one. 7 minutes, 20 seconds. I think we'll probably get another couple drives. Hopefully the Raiders can start scoring something. Even just one touchdown before the half would mean a lot for the Raiders at the moment. Guys, you're good. Finish your semester this week. Making design to my ELF. American football. Awesome. Good to hear. Amazing. Can't wait. Send it to me when you finished it and I'll definitely have a look for sure. Awesome stuff. Yeah, that's going to be dope. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I need to make a video on Lucky, man. I actually really do. I'm going to get a tattoo in the next 2 weeks. So I'm thinking maybe when I do that, I can just get a ton of videotape done. That'd be fun. Be a bomber. Is dressed to play first game this year. Yeah, he's had so many injury issues over the last 3 years. My goodness. And when he's on, he's great. Amazing tight end, but it's just such inconsistency that he's actually on the field. I'm going to watch Lucky this play. Oh, a little bit of a fun play. And Cozy Perry actually blocking pretty well for Marco Schneider there, I can't lie. That's pretty good blocking by Cozy. Look at this block by Cozy Perry. Look at that. That's really good. Actually, I'm impressed. That was a nice block. That was real good. Yeah, there we go. That's a good point. I think I can do that. I ain't really got the... But there you go. There you are. That's just a ring light. You have to be this way. As you can see it, you can see it in this. That's a good point. I'll just be like this the whole time. It's Perry with nothing, and they have flags. She didn't clock that. That's brilliant. That's a way to get around the regulations, isn't it? It's so... I can actually comprehend how dark it is because of this storm. Like, it's not even... It's like... No, it's 6 o'clock. Nicely done by Sullivan. She shows those flashes, but he's just not been... He's just been very reckless with the ball this year. So many turnovers. Especially that game against Munich. Oh my goodness. Free first down by the Raiders. Big deal. Big deal. There's Donkor. That's what we want by the Raiders, though. I want this game to be close. I want the Vikings to win. But I wouldn't mind it being a close one. You know, a 14, 15-point game is fine by me. That's Avanta, not much. Keeps that clock moving. They've taken a few minutes off the clock in this drive anyway. They've only just got to 30. Just these small 1-2 yard gains not enough. They need these chunk plays. They haven't had any like chunk plays yet. It's weird seeing Cozy back in the field. It feels like I'm watching last season's tape. Speaking of the devil. Oh, stiff arm. Nice. That was cool. Throws out of bounds, but the fact he broke out that sack was pretty badass. Jeez. Yeah, good man. Good man. Vikings look better this year. In my opinion, the pass rush is world's better than last year. That's what happens when you get Lucky and Aaron Donkor. Having Lucky and Donkor, just one of them would be an elite pass rusher, but you got both of them. And you've got Thomas Schaefer, who's an incredible D-tackle. And you've got players like Sudi, who's also like a good player. That Vikings defensive line is one of the best that Europe has ever seen, I feel. In terms of like pure talent-wise, 100%. Another just 1 or 2 yard game for the Vikings, Raiders. They're going to probably punt this one. They need to get something going, fellas, otherwise they're going to be kind of choking a little bit. Not choking, just not performing. Not seeing anything material make me believe they can make a comeback. I said Sudi as well. They just need some chunk plays. Like, if you get these 1 or 2 yard plays to be into like 4 to 5 yard plays, and automatically it's like a much different game. Maybe they'll be softening up with the heavy run. That's great punt now. Yeah, maybe they'll tire them out overall during the game. That would be good for them. If they can hold off defensively here, which they held off pretty well in the last drive, wouldn't be bad. It is plenty of time by the Raiders to get some now. They got plenty of time out, so 2-minute warning. They can take this slow. Maybe they go 21 up, which would be not good by the Raiders. They need to put a defensive stand up here and maybe walk out of the half with a field goal, maybe. They need something. There's a snap. Oh, it was fumbled, but it's recovered easily. But that's a big, big play. That's a big, big play. Paz Gonzalez. You know, he has actually very much impressed me. I was not very high on Paz Gonzalez during the offseason. I was a little bit confused at that signing. But he's been a lot better than I thought he would be. Like, he's impressed me a lot. I don't know, man. I'm not opposed to an air horn. You should have remembered the Vuvuzelas back from the 2010 World Cup. They were far worse. Sure, I gave someone in the chat PTSD with a mention of that. 2nd and 12. There's the pass by Holmes. Second right. Going left. Gonna take off for the run and go out of bounds with a good gain. They're down to maybe about 4 or 5. A lot more manageable for them, this. Let's have a look. Just good protection overall. He's able to roll out left. Gets it a good gain. What's the 3rd down of 5? Wonderful for them. A lot easier to handle that. There we go. Storm's just broken. It's now... So again, if connection happens or you see some flashing in there and then some lightning strikes, I'm fine. I'm glad it's not in the games. I'd rather take the bad weather to England. Here comes Holmes. He's going to roll out. I think he got that. He might have fallen just maybe a yard short. It's going to be close. He stepped out of bounds. I kind of hope he did because I want to see the Raiders get like 1 more shot at points. Yeah, he like slipped, but I think he got it. He might have got it. Oh, it's 4th and 1, but 2-minute warning is going to come in. Two-minute warning. Let's have a refresh. See if I can get any numbers up. And the score is still 28-0. We'll have Madrid versus the Enthroners starting in a minute. Which is good stuff. We'll switch over to that one at the half. Yeah, Vuvuzelas was so bad. I hope Coach Chris is staying for the long run. Vienna without him would be a wild thing. I completely agree. That would be crazy. I can't really imagine Vienna without Chris, to be honest. He's a great coach. Probably a Vienna Hall of Famer. Probably, you know, see, with the League Hall of Fame, I still think we need to wait a couple of years. I don't even think we have anyone that would be a Hall of Famer. I used to say, I'm still on the fence about Kyle Kitchens, because again, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, but he's only played for 4 years. I think you need to be playing more games overall to be a Hall of Famer. What's the least amount of games in the NFL Hall of Fame? Let me Google that. Let me search that up. Who has played the least games in the NFL Hall of Fame? Yeah, so 54 games played is the least in the Hall of Fame. And that was from the 20s, by the way. So, like, I don't think any player has that many games yet. It's about 40, even for like the guys like Sullivan that played a lot. I think it's still like 40. So I think we need still a few more seasons until we can have a Hall of Famer, personally. I agree. Yeah, Vince is over. That's crazy. Needs to be at least 10 years for Hall of Fame could come in. I think that's about right. I would agree. Because then you have like more record books, some things start to kind of come into it a little bit. Players could be in the league for like 6 years, maybe if Sullivan has another couple, Jadrian has another couple years, you know. Then those guys could be in discussion. But not all of them. I think Jadrian is a argument for it as what probably the league's best quarterback. Because he's played multiple seasons, got an MVP, got a couple of championships, got a finals MVP, so that's all a big deal. I think he's probably the best bet at quarterback. Glenn's got a couple rushing titles, MVP as well, so he would probably be the best case at running back. Receiver, I don't think there's anyone that would be a Hall of Fame receiver. Perry's still moving around, throws out of bounds. Perry gets very skittish when he comes to like... We're going to have probably a legal man downfield here, I imagine. We then stopped at the goal line, fourth goal, and it wasn't a bad drive. Yeah, well, they're still not a great team, I can't lie. At least they're moving it a little bit more effectively. Did Vienna just score? Are Vienna going to score? We're about to get like a fumble or a pick here because the website says 20. So I'm thinking we might have something happening here that I've had it spoiled by the live feed, maybe. Potentially. Let's have a look at Lucky on this play again. He's taking his time with it. Perry with a shot. Way out of bounds. Yeah, man. Too high. Way too high. When you get the ball, Matt Lucky's rushing at you. True. Fair point. Fair point. I'm with, all right. I give in. But I'm not a professional player. That's why, you know. I'm not a good guy. No, my shoulder is currently fucked, right? So, if you do this, try and like rotate your arm back like that. I don't have that much flexibility in this arm anyway. But in this arm, we are not good when it comes to movement in this one. And then, it's better than it was yesterday, because I couldn't do that yesterday. But we are still very uncomfortable in that arm, so I've got to do some like rehab-y stuff, I think, with that. Not even a player and I'm still getting injured. Yeah, fair point. I can understand. If Lucky was running at me, I'd just give him the ball. There you go. Just don't hit me, please. Dude's a killer. I really think Vienna can make a strong run for the championship with this one. This team just, like, look at that by Lucky, oh my gosh. He's still going, oh, he's a fucking savage. He might be, see, like, who we got for Defensive Player of the Year so far? I don't think it's ridiculous to say Lucky. Who's leading the league so far in, like, sacks? I know that's always not the best way to put it, but, you know. So tackles is Borkovic. Sacks is Parkinson. Lucky is there with 4.5. I think he's probably my defense player of the year so far. Not guaranteed, of course. Still, okay, there we go. Got back down to 14. Still very much within question that he could be defensive player of the year, but he absolutely could be in the running. Kitchens has probably get it back because he's alone on D. Exactly what I said in fucking preseason. You told me I was wrong. You know what I got to stop doing? Is like letting people influence my opinion after 1 week. That's what I got to stop doing. Like, I think Talia is a good quarterback. I think that he is a solid player. I just said week 1 that he didn't do well, which is true. But I said he would be a solid player. Oh, but now obviously everyone's on the bandwagon of, oh, Matt doesn't like him. It's like, no, he's a solid player. He's a fucking good guy, but I'm just still not sure if he's going to be an MVP or anything. I gotta start being concrete because I said about Hamburg, they're not the best Germans. I don't think they're going to do very well. Had a really good game against Madrid, and everyone's like, oh my god, Matt was wrong. It's like, turns out, no, I'm fucking not. So, I've got to just start sticking with it. I got to be moving in silence, you know? No, it's if I have OBS open. Apparently, DAZN doesn't DAZN. Oh my god! Fucking hell, he's dropped the snap. Raiders are finished. It's because of OBS. OBS obviously is a screen recorder, and they know you record your screen, so it blacks out. That's what I've been told. Had to worry, especially in Germany, my right arm won't go up, it sticks. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not what you want to see. In Austria, the game is for you on Plus. Maybe it works in other countries too, potentially. Matt, you're a well-known name in the league and Scout. Everyone's going to call you out for a bit of everything. This is also true. But I'm right a hell of a lot more than I'm wrong. Can't deny that. Can't deny that. This is big for Vienna. It might be a push-off for that. I'm not sure if that was a push-off by Noah Torre there, but yeah, fair enough. Reasonable. What's up, Ricardo? Good to see you. Not the best by the Raiders. I think you're right. Oh, it wasn't a push off. It just wasn't very good coverage. Fair play. Yeah, not great for him. Not great for the Raiders so far. A bit of a poor performance for them, especially offensively. They need something in the second half. Whether or not that run game starts tiring out Vienna, they can get a little bit moving. Maybe. Because they're currently down by 21 points at half. So we will win this shit easy. Thought it was going to be harder? What? No. Oh, I'm doubting that, brother. I am doubting the Raiders comeback. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking it might be I'm hoping it doesn't get out of control. I'm hoping the Raiders can really put some points up in the second half, but Vienna look very comfortable. Oh my god, that Vikings raincoat, might buy that. Might have to buy that. That was cool. I liked that one. Yeah, I thought it looked a little bit of a push up. And on the replay, it looked like less of one, so maybe it wasn't. $21-0. 1 minute 15 left of the first half. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Ricardo. They're up 21. They don't need to be that loud. Like they're probably quieting down a little bit because they thought you might give it a bit more of a challenge. I can't lie. If Vienna still win it with a 0, not in the top 3 power rankings. Nah, I think Vienna are the number one in the power rankings. Heavy rain, heavy storms in the UK. Yeah, to be honest, if they put up a win this dominant against the Raiders, because they can't move the fucking ball, then they'll remain at number one. I mean, they beat Rhine as well, which is a great win. What's the history of the ELF logo? Is it real person silhouette? I don't think so. Because it was after. I'm pretty sure it's not. I think it's more of like a just a footballing silhouette, I guess. Because it was made after the league, obviously, because the league hadn't played yet and the logo was still a thing. So I don't think any player would have the opportunity to be the logo. Would be pretty cool though. But I like the ELF logo. It works. It works for me. I'm happy with it. To be honest, if the Vikings win the next game, when does the league stop scheduling Oscar Bowl so that the Raiders have the rest? I think it's more. I don't know. It's more so of like a. It's a good thing for the league to have the Austrian Bowl, but we just need the Raiders to actually make it somewhat competitive. I know it's easier said than done, but like. It was a bit more competitive last season, especially with that first one. It's just not been like an overall positive experience for the Vikings on any of it. But in general, they've been relatively close games. Not every time, but sometimes. What's that like the Austrian Bowl? It's a rivalry game, isn't it? Can't not have the rivalries. Perry's going deep. Very nearly picked off. Very nearly picked off. 23 seconds left. Second down. Vikings trying to just force something down the field, which I understand. Good arm though by Perry though. At least he's shown he can get it that far, but it was just lent too far out of bounds. This would be a good way for the Vikings just to get their offense cooking again, because they struggled against Rhine. Which again, people were kind of like on Vienna for that, but like they're perfectly fine. Nothing to do with that block, bro. It's got nothing to do with that block. It's because of OBS. Brennan stopped fourth goal again. Damn, okay. They really do just not work at the moment, I can't lie. Let's have a look at the, oh damn, still 0-0 in the, Enthroners Bravos game. That's kind of surprising, not gonna lie. Looks like they got the ball first, and yeah, I'm still like, he'll sack. Good for them. Oh man, whatever. I tried doing it. I don't think I don't want to install things halfway through. If I try installing something on this, it's just gonna break my fucking stream. I can't even have an animated background sometimes without the stream kicking up a fuss. Do you remember how laggy it was when I tried to put on when I had stream elements just in the background? It's a run by the Raiders. Unironically, the first fucking run that's worked. Cool timeout. Take a shot deep. I think there was. I definitely sent my power rankings out. They were definitely sent. I can show you on my notes. Let's have a look. I'll copy and paste my notes in. So I have it here. Here was my... That was my power rankings. Oh my god, why has it done it all in one fucking space? Sorry, you gotta look at that, my bad. I don't know why it's done it all as one big block. Yeah, absolutely. But you can kind of see the Vikings were number one, but yeah, I know why it's come out as a big block. I didn't copy that in like that, but fuck it. Just looks like I've had a moment. Right, here we go. Taking a shot. Sling it then. There we go. Over the middle. He's actually open. Timeout by the Raiders here. Maybe a kick. Maybe a kick. Every team was one. Every team in the league's the same. Finally, it's like something downfield from the Raiders. That's the first chunk play they've had all game. Timeout. Maybe you take another shot if you've got time, but I think you're probably just likely kicking this one. Oh, they gave it. Please collect the game stop to 4 seconds or 12 seconds. I wasn't listening. I think he said 4. I don't care. I just want to see the Raiders put up some points, man. Just something, you know. I just want to see this game be close. Just something. I'm not hiding my open want for this to be a close game. Looks like they're sending Perry back out for another shot. Don't feel confident. I mean, it would be a really far field goal, to be fair. There we go. Perry, max protect. Good stuff. Get rid of it. He goes for it. It's up. And incomplete. By Divine Buckram. Baller, by the way. Love Divine Buckram. Right, there we go. So that is the end of that one. Let me get the Madrid game up real quick. Because that'll be half-time, and it was currently 6:15 in the evening. So we can go back to about 20 minutes. Let's join live from Madrid. Bravos versus Enthroners. I'm probably going to have to watch an ad. Yes, I am. Love watching ads. Love to watch ads on thing. Hey, there you go. See, I said that on the uniform reveal. I was like, divine, you could say. I think that Madrid should beat the piss out of Hervar, I can't lie. 2 American receivers, the homegrown, is unorthodox. Especially when you don't have like an elite homegrown receiver, and we don't have like an elite homegrown quarterback rather. Why is it still a green screen? There we go. 4th down, okay, damn, shit. Oh, overthrown Crookshank, fuck. I wanted Crookshank to get that because I want him on my fantasy. I love those white Madrid kits, by the way, jeez. Oh, C-League's playing? That's crazy, by the way, that C-League is playing. C-League just came back from college. Like tryouts and stuff. Ah, he's got to make that throw, Reed. Got to make that throw. Maybe. Yeah, travel potentially, for sure. It's a long flight over. I mean, I can see a win for the Enthroners. Really? Ah. Fair point. Throws you as Potter's a middle linebacker. Good, because Potter is a very good middle linebacker. Borgovic back to safety, then center house to center. Every player's done him, I'll tell you that how. Potter is a good player, honestly. Like, he's a very good athlete. He's very explosive. He's a very good at rushing a passer. But good to see you again, Ricardo. How's the first half been so far? It's just, you know, you can spend 2 A's in a receiver for Hervar, but I don't think they're going to be able to spend, I don't think they're going to be able to get the ball out. It is weird to see 2 A's at receiver. We haven't seen that in a very long time. I just don't think Madrid are particularly scared, you know. Tunnel screens, seen that a few times from them last week. Rashad still is hard to bring down, to be fair. I really am happy. I'm hoping this week I can make an evaluation, by the way. Evaluation this week, I want to do one desperately. And I want to probably do one on Inyang or on Lucky. Probably Lucky. especially after the game he's having so far already in this one. He's been insanely good. That really hurt my fucking shoulder. Honestly, I thought we couldn't win, but we actually can win this. We start shooting our own feet, and also sure, those lack of big plays is definitely concerning. But I mean, atmosphere is good. Staying with a lot of people. It does look pretty full. So I want to see a bit more from him. You know, turn these. We need to see the runs pay dividend really. What if you can tire out Vienna, start getting those 1 to 2 yard rushes into 4 to 5 yard rushes? I think you could potentially make a comeback out of this, but Enthroners have to play like Miami Dolphins 2-second pass, hoping exactly. But a punt here on 4th and 2. Let's see if Reed can get something going. I think it probably is. Like if you started getting some chunk plays earlier in the game, I could maybe see something, but it's not happened so far. Chunk plays just haven't really been there. I have Crookshank in my fantasy. I need to see him go off, please. Let me have a look, see what he's got so far. Yeah, we've got 3 catches for 53 yards. Alright, so far so good. Vikings depth. Yeah, absolutely be very hard to get them tired. They've got incredible depth. Arguably the best depth. But that's kind of why they run it, you know. Sinnott going deep is nearly picked off. Should have been picked off. Really, really close to being picked off. Jumped the route very well though. Not enough sauce in it by Reed. Too low of a pass. Should have been picked off there. 2nd and 10. There's Reed looking left. Taking a shot into the middle to looks like Flores Calderon, I believe. Oh no, it's Justice again. Damn, he's such a fucking good player. But the Vikings start always on the 50-yard line. Didn't expect to score. Raiders still start. Yeah, I mean, true. But also, they can pass the ball. And so far, the Raiders have not massively passed the ball that much. Not to much success, anyway. At last drive, they had a couple nice passes. But it's a bit too little too late. Reed to Crookshank. There we go. There's a few more yards for the fantasy football. He's up over 60 yards now. Crookshank very much looking like a potential league leader. Very nicely done by him there. So quick around those edges. Oh my goodness. To be fair though, the fact it's still 0-0, like towards the end of the first quarter, is definitely surprising. Would not have thought that going in. I thought it'd be up by a lot. Selig with a nice screen play. Great balance. Oh my god, look at that man go. Oh my god. That was incredible. That was... oh my gosh. Such a great play. Oh my god, look at that. That balance. That movement. Selig might be the guy I made the evaluation on this week, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do a poll. Yeah, let me do a poll. That's a good idea, actually. Let me get that up. Let's get a poll going. I told people to not play Selig because I didn't think he'd be back from the States. I was wrong. Okay, let's see what we got. Right. Let's get the poll up. Engage with the audience. Start a poll. So here's our next eval. Selig or Lucky? Start that. I'll have that poll running for the duration. There we are. We have that up. I have Madrid Ross. Good call. Great call. There we are. So that's up and live. Happy days. I can make a little goal too. That's kind of cool. Oh. Good return by Cole. We're in 20. No, it's not Cole. I was going to say. Is that John Cole? I swear he has a different name on the back of his jersey. Yeah, he has Namath's name. Why has he got Namath's name? Odd. What, they couldn't find a nameless jersey? That's a bit crazy. Is it tire cash make both? Yes. If it's 50-50 by the end of the stream, I'll make both. There's your fucking deal. Hegedus needs to make something happen, really. Like, he needs something. I don't know what he's going to do. Yeah, Cole's 26. I saw that, but I don't really know why they couldn't get, like, a name, one without a name on, you know? It seems odd they couldn't get a jersey without a name on. You'd think you'd have, like, a backup one. Like, you can see 6 and 14 don't have names on them. You think they have, like, a backup number without a jersey on. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, confusing tech. That's a good point. That's a fast fucking homegrown. I never met a Hungarian with a last name of Cole. John Cole. Never would have thought. I'd love to make both, honestly. Like I said, if it's 50-50, I'll do it. But most likely, it'll be whoever is first in the poll, and then I'll just make whoever is not first in the poll afterwards. Not gonna lie. I mean, damn, they're doing a lot better. They were, I think Jamal said they were 34.5 expected to lose by. They could still do that, but the fact they're putting up a bit of a fight is admirable. Defense for Madrid definitely needs to get better, though, for sure. Because they have struggled a little bit this year. They've struggled overall just to kind of like stop anyone. I'm not going to lie. Because like they gave up a lot of points to Helvetic. They didn't give as many points up to Hamburg, but like still, it was not particularly close. Let me get the. I got Reeds in it in my fantasy as well, so I need him to be throwing some touchdowns. There we go. I think Crookshank, yeah, got Willie P. He'll play tomorrow. Hegedus rolling out into a sack. And he's limping again. Like, this is what I said last week. When Hegedus was getting banged up so much, he was clearly hurt. Limping, like, between plays. And they've just put him back out there to be killed. I'm not going to lie. I feel bad for Hegedus. Yeah, that's the big thing. Madrid really compares. For real. I agree also. If Domo was healthy, I think it still would be out. I agree. The score is currently 7-0. It depends if they get this last playoff. I'll let you know if they do for the first quarter. They do. 3rd and 16. Yeah, so it's just ended the first quarter, and it's 7-0 to Madrid, which is odd. End of the first quarter. I did not expect that. Let me have a look during the switch if the Austrian game is back on, or at least maybe they're walking back out. We'll see. And ads with bloody music that's copyrighted. We're not having this. You're not bloody copyrighting my stream. That ain't happening. We're gonna mute. Can't be having this. We always get a green screen whenever we go in. Oh my god, I need to test this shoulder. My gym opens back up tomorrow, so we can start doing that. Still breaking Austria. Oh, but I was just about to put the ball down on the kicking tee. They've just kicked off. What timing that was, by the way. I'm getting so good at that. I think every single time I've done that so far, it's been like the immediate kickoff. Because I just watched Divine Berkram take that kick. That's insane. Amazing. Outstanding. Alright. Vienna back on the ball. Not really what you want if you're a Raiders one. See you on the other side, Ricardo. Good luck. I hope the Raiders get some points. I really do, because I want it to be a close game. Vienna will start the second half. Okay, start looks maybe like the rain has maybe calmed down. We're going to start with a run, couple yards. Two shoulds. Yeah, it definitely looks like the rain has lessened. Not sure if that's a good thing for the Raiders, but maybe it'll mean they can open up the pass game a bit, maybe. Hopefully. That's what we want. Okay, 2nd and 6 for Vienna. Ben Holt's going to pass. They got left, taking a shot to the sideline to Noah Torre. Big chunk play by Noah Torre. He's had a hell of a game so far. How many? Let's have a look at his quick numbers. Because he's got a couple scores. Yeah, he's got 2 touchdowns, probably about 50 yards after that one, so he's had a good start. What a baller, honestly, man. What a baller. Bonatti, only 4 yards on 7 carries. Yes, Precious is a big dude. Big dude. He's just like it's such an interesting difference between the brothers. How Precious is like shorter and just like a block of muscle. And then Precious is like 6'2", 6'3", and like such long arms. Lucky is like 6'2", 6'3", super long arms. Like a much leaner frame. It is fascinating. Right, Vikings. 2nd and 8 now. No, 2nd and 7. Let's see what they could do here. They are marching down the Raiders. Ball kind of came out a little late there. Yeah. Dead play. Went to fullback, but dead play. I was going to say it looked like a bit of a weird one. Full start. Come on, Raiders. Let's get this going then. They've got a bit of a, false start, 2nd and 12. Got a little bit of an opportunity here, potentially. Should the Vikings get an E-spot running back? I mean, they're doing okay without Kari, but they can use an E there as well. I think that's a solid call. It depends, because Schultz is good, but you can use Schultz kind of anywhere. Ooh, deep shot. Oh, I just said how good Torre was being. Wow. Jeez. Yeah, Raiders are done. Raiders are done, I think. I'd be surprised if they're able to get much out of this. I'm not going to lie. They're kind of getting mauled. They're kind of getting mauled. But I mean, damn, like... Three touchdowns for him now. A hat trick. God, he's so damn good. He is really developing. Because I think he definitely has a higher ceiling than someone like Milan Spiller, who is like compared to him a lot because they're both rookies, or they were last year. But like, Noah Torre is a better athlete, so he is going to have a higher ceiling. And he is so good. There we go. 6 catches for 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. Looking like a probable MVP of the week. Definitely looking like a probable MVP of the week. Even Ben Holmes, 10 for 15, 4 touchdowns. Pretty damn spectacular to me. I think a lot of people that saying he was out of shape are maybe regretting annoying them a little bit. Don't think you like that too much. Because he's played super, super well. Gonna have to face that non-competitive league comments today, I think. Maybe. It's more so the Raiders they're not really doing very well. Talia threw a pick, that's a shame. Get the ball back on the ground. I don't know why the Hamburg aren't running it so much. Looks like they're running it well, they're just not running it very much at all. Interesting, but it is what it is. Yeah, you're probably right. It seems like Saturday games kind of have more of that vibe. I just wish people would stop moaning. Oh my god, like that's why I don't go on Reddit. Everyone on Reddit just constantly moaning. I've never seen a positive like Reddit thread. It's such a negative environment. There's another touchdown by the Bravos. 2 up now. A receiver 1 by Crookshank. 160 yards by him now already. My goodness. He is a beast. He's going to be near 1,000 yards already, probably, honestly. He's been incredible. Yeah, they're going to be up by a lot. Good for them. Good for them. There we go. That was a solid run. Yeah, Reed could be in the MVP discussion, but I don't think he's near Ben at the moment. So we'll look at Hamburg again and see if anyone's in that one. Talia, probably not right now. I think he needs a little bit more, in terms of statistic-wise, to be MVP of the week. I think in a moment it's probably Ben or Noah. Ben also has 32 yards rushing. Maybe you give the edge to Ben. That's been pretty spectacular. It's got 4 touchdowns as well. The 5 years old because yeah, exactly, man. Like, I mean, and also, I'm not being funny. You get blowouts in the NFL all the fucking time. Like I watched the Cleveland Browns go 0-16. They were not all close games. Like it's brutal. That's like the first great rush they've had. They need to have more of that. They need a couple of scores. They need a couple scores fast. There you go. Nice pass. First down. Perfect. Let's keep doing that. There's a flag. Please, refs, don't fuck over the Raiders. Come on, refs. Don't fuck over the Raiders now. Give them a chance. Really? Ineligible man downfield? I hate ineligible man downfield. For God's sake. Such a bullshit fucking penalty. Such a bullshit fucking penalty. I hate illegal man downfield. My least favourite call in all of football. That was best game of forever. Good for them. Wow, 3rd and 38. Jesus. Well, we knew what happens. You're getting them 2 American receivers. It's probably going to happen. Can't lie. There's the run again. Looks like some... Alright, well, to be fair, though, we did say they might be tiring them out. They've had a couple of solid runs. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. They've had a little bit, Couple solid plays. They're at least doing something. They're at least doing something. Just keep it going, Raiders. We've had a good pass that was called back, which is unfortunate. We had a couple good runs. 3rd and 7 is hard, but doable. Handoff by Hasselvantar. Again, they're not quite getting just those big ones. They're getting those 3 or 4 yards now instead of 1 or 2. So I think we're starting to see it opening up a little bit maybe for the Raiders, but just not quite enough. Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down, which I like that call. I'm a big fan of that call. 4th and 3, going for it. Tough one. Looks like they're going to probably pass here because I think Vidmir's in at running back. Yeah, Perry stepping up, running it. Good. Slide. Nice. Good stuff. Good job, Perry. Good run. Touchdown. Calderon. Nicely done by them. Good shit. We just need this game to be closer. That's all we want. Because with the other ones, we knew they were going to be blowouts. We just wanted this game to be a little bit closer. So at least Enthroners defended for a quarter fairly well. That was bad running there. It was just way too high on the running stance. You could do that against Cologne, you can't do that against Vienna. Ran way too upright. Pop! Yeah, way too upright in the run. Good tackle by Ben. Second and 11. Tough one. Oh, no. Well, Perry's still in, so maybe he's just a stinger, maybe. There's another run. Lower the shoulder, Vidmir. Good run there, though. There we are. A couple, a sign moving now. Couple of decent gains on the run attack now. Exactly what we wanted to see. Exactly what we hoped we'd see. What's this now? 3rd and 5? That's more manageable. You got a lot of players on that line for Vienna. Maybe a lot of open space in the middle. Incompletion. Tough. This one's going to be a 4th down. I don't know if they can make that one. That's a 4th and 5. It's not quite a 4th and 3 they had a minute ago. Did they go for this? It's not a great throw. Ball just kind of died. Oh, they go for it. 4th and 5. Maybe they just draw this. It'd be a very Raiders thing to do. Would just be draw the play and just run it. And a 3-man rush on the line. So they're going to have Lucky come off the edge as well. They are. Going to throw it too high for Hahn. He didn't get it. Don't throw the flag on that. Hahn, you didn't get it, brother. You didn't get it. Brutal. Yep. You're very right. Great catch by Hahn, but also a good tackle by Nicholas Huzard. Yeah, it's not first, Philip, I can't lie. He knew he had it, but he definitely didn't. Raiders now losing a bit more momentum, I can't help but feel. They need a big defensive play or stand or something. They need something. They can't be going 35 down. It'll be over with, Yeah, they really cannot afford to go to 35 points down. They'll be finished. That's when the score doesn't reflect the game now. I don't even know though, because it kind of does. Like the Vienna Vikings have just been a way better team. Like in every way, they've had a better passing attack by an absolute mile. They've caused turnovers, although they fumbled it, they still caused the turnover. Like if you look at the passing stats for each team, Holmes is 10 for 15, 136 and 4 touchdowns, and Perry is 4 for 11. Holmes taking a shot downfield. Oh, Dijon, you got to catch that. But then the run game hasn't been good either. Hazelvanta's starting to pick up a little bit, but Bonatti only for 6 yards. It's just not quite enough, is it? He's actually 5 for 13, sorry, Perry. 5 for 13. It's just not great. Hamburg still up by 28 in third. Looks like they're taking a foot off the gas. Madrid up by 14. Ooh, Ben Holmes going out again on 3rd and 7. A stop here would mean the world to them. It's dropped, thank God for the Raiders. Oh, it's a flag. Of course there is. Of course it's a flag. Senate's having a big one. Oh, don't call him a fucking holding or something for that. Man, the refs this game, man. Kind of feel they're kind of ruining the Raiders a little bit in the second half. Let's have a look, see if we can get a replay of that. I think we're going to, but that's killer. That is killer. Just like all of a sudden it goes from 4th and 7 to an immediate first down. Like, and the clock just keeps on moving for them. They're running out of time now. Halfway through the third, they still haven't put up any points. That's the run that goes for about 4. Good first down gain for sure. Vikings just looking like the better team all over. Saw the run to the middle. Liederbauer with the run. It's just, yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a pass by. No, it's not. It's another run. All right, but now you're in a decent position on 3rd down. You've got back to where you needed to be on the last drive, last set of downs. Like they've had just a little bit of something on the Raiders' defense. They haven't been perfect, but they definitely haven't been awful. Just need these 3rd down stops. Need to stop getting these flags. Pass by Ben Holmes, going for a shot. No flags. There we go. Thank God for that. Let's see the Raiders put a drive together, please. I need something, Raiders. I'm going to turn that lamp on in the background too. It's a bit dark in the room. There we go. A little dark. Yeah, a little bit of light in the background. That looks nice. There we go. Lights up the GB helmet a little bit. Here's the punt. He is very good. Very good punt. Oh no. Oh, he got it, but he nearly fumbled the punt. Jesus. Jesus Christ. There you go, see? That's why you should get a camo jersey. Every team should have a camo jersey because it helps you go unseen. Green kits. Clever. Right, Raiders. Something. Please, something. Some kind of score here. You get 2 scores, it looks a lot more respectable. We'd like 2 scores in the Raiders at some point. That would be fun. Again, just a not explosive runner out of that so far, Bonatti. I'm not sure if he's hurt or what, but he doesn't look as low center of gravity, as bursty as he's looked in previous games. Yes, it's Reed's first season in Europe, yeah. Go on. 2nd and 8. A lot of players are not lying. They're running it again. No, they're not. Little roll out off the hands of Viva. Oh man, they just can't pass the ball. You know. I'm not gonna lie. They just can't pass the ball. It's too high. Just too high. They're an 8 now. All of a sudden, like immediately, it's just all gone. It's 28. Raiders can't get a passing game or really much of the run game to pick up big plays. Come on, kick it into gear. Something. We haven't seen Sullivan target like at all. Perry's rolling out. Picked. Nearly. Lado having a bit of a limp. Hopefully he's alright. He's an absolute savage. Just sat in front of Raiders. It's so frustrating. Yeah, he really does. Like, he keeps shooting high. I'm not being funny, but he's not the best thrower on the run. Like, he's not been fantastic. I can't lie. I've been a bit disappointed. Yeah, Webber's a big fucking dude. And then they're not turning the ball over on defense, but they're giving the Raiders offense more than enough possession to put up a score. Like, I've been disappointed by the Raiders offense. I knew it wouldn't be great because I do think that Colin Miller is a better quarterback than Perry, which in Europe, maybe not as a talent-wise, but he's safer with the ball. He's a lot more accurate with the ball as well. But shit, maybe Perry have a big third and like fourth quarter, kind of like Jalen did, maybe. We need something. Come on. Come on, something, please. A defensive turnover or a long run or a long catch and run or something. Just we hadn't had anything for the Raiders to prove that they're got to kick into gear. I don't know what Ricardo saw to make him think he can make a comeback in this, but he clearly has faith. Taking their sweet time, which they can. Can't stop fucking yawning. I'm just so sick of seeing the Raiders fucking be inept on offense. Oh man. Be Obama. Such a damn good player. I wish he didn't have as many injury issues as he does. Like, you see stuff like that and he's like, yeah, he's a fucking talent, man. He really is. And that's pretty damn good coverage. Doesn't matter. B. Obama's just bigger, stronger. He's definitely not out of bounds. Perfect catch. Absolutely. Now, if they don't get a turnover here, you'd hate to see it, don't you? Oh. Just more first downs. I think they're fucked. I think they are fucked. Raiders will score via sending out third stringers. Yeah, you're probably right. I think this has been... Let's have a look. Is this the most one-sided game in Battle of Austria history? In all of the ELF, it's definitely the most one-sided. This is the biggest score difference since 2015, where the Raiders won by 38. So, biggest Raiders win in a big game. Oh, nearly a great defense. Nearly a great offensive play. Because all the games are usually pretty close overall. Yeah, very, very, very true. The games are usually very close, but in the ELF, This is the biggest score difference. 29-23 was the first one. The most big, I think the biggest score difference is 21 or 20, yeah, 21. Oh, just throw out the beer. Oh my god. Oh, beer bomber. Jesus Christ. Did you see that fucking catch? Oh my goodness gracious me. He is incredible. My god, yeah. Raiders are finished. Look at that catch. Oh. Beautiful. Gorgeous catch. What a play. Amazing catch. He is so damn good. I just wish he was healthier. Oh, well, so maybe they missed the PAT. That's something. Yeah, brutal. Oh, it's just a fucking domination, isn't it, really? Catch of the week, 100%. 100%. Amazing catch. Maybe even, yeah, it might be best catch of the year, potentially. Jeez, what a baller. Raiders. Again. Please. Score something. Score something. Please, score something. Be competitive. Yeah, beer bomb. What a savage. Like, that's such a fucking good catch, honestly. Madrid are up, Hamburg are up by 31. Beating the brakes off of them now. They got to start running the ball more. They've given Chris Micaiah and Candido 8 carries between the two of them. They got to start running the ball more. Give the young guys the rock, man. This one, 34-0. Holmes, I think, looking strong case for MVP of the week. 5 touchdowns for him. 12 for 20, 167 yards. I think Torre still has definitely got a case for it, 102 yards and 3 touchdowns. I don't think anyone from Hamburg or Berlin has a case. Just saw that Sullivan scored a touchdown, but also 3 picks. Tyler Foster. Bajric has a good game. Talia, good game, but not like MVP level. And then in the Madrid Bravos game, you could maybe argue Reed if he carries on in this level of efficiency with Cruikshank as well. My gosh, no. No, I drank too heavy last night. I can't do that. I was drinking, I think I slept today until like 12:30. This is probably the most I've drank since I was a teenager. Oh my gosh. Woke up very ropey this morning. They need quick score. Just fucking throw the ball downfield. Perry has been wildly inaccurate though. What's his numbers at the moment? Yeah, 5 for 15. Oh, terrible. Not good. I think if 4th down fiasco. No, I am fucking mid-20s, my guy. I mixed what I have. I had a few beers, and I had a few ciders, strong ones. We know how to make ciders in the Southwest. Thatcher's Katie. It's very high alcohol. Yeah, Perry's been bad, I can't lie. 4th down fiasco, boys. If any of you are watching, I think you kind of got to give the... you know what? I love how 4th down fiasco do that worst American of the week. Savage, but I love it. I think Perry's got that at the moment. 1 pick, 5 for 16, 51 yards. Currently a goose egg in terms of scoring. Just nothing's working for them. They've got nothing at all offensively. You really don't. Yeah, I just don't think he's the guy. I'm gonna be real. Like, because we saw how he badly did against Munich, and this is kind of a similar situation. I just don't think he could beat the top teams. Like, he has weapons. He's not really targeted as weapons. He's had time. He's just overthrown so many balls. Like, he throws in a run so much, you know, he's not a great... Like, look at that, man. He throws in a run so much, but he's not a great throw-on-a-run player. And he was turning his body to throw on the run and the bootleg before he even got a ball then. And then gets to the sideline and starts to throw out of bounds because no one's open. Like, he runs to the sideline pretty much instinctively, and it just closes off half the field. Oh, Raiders. What have you done? Not a great kick, but at least they'll roll a little bit favourably. Not a great kick. Oh, it's just so disappointing, isn't it, from the Raiders, man? You get up to 2-1, and then you get like a real test, and then you just get fucked up. Question of the day: which one will be more Hegedus completed passes or Madrid Bravos touchdowns? Well, currently Hegedus has 6 completed and has 4 touchdowns, so you could go either way. I think I'm going to go for Hegedus completions, just about, but I'll go for Hegedus completions. Just don't get the call with the 2 American receivers. I really don't. Like, all respect to Hegedus, but it's just like he's not going to be as competitive as an American quarterback. Maybe they're just buying time until Brock Doman comes back. Potentially, I guess. So should the Raiders get Plasko in a quarterback to see if that's better? Well, maybe. He was more accurate. They just got to find something to get something. They got to get some kind of offensive play calling better, because the play calling has been bad as well. They're going to put up 40. Yeah, he's getting hit a lot too. Hegedus just doesn't have the protection. Like, he's getting banged up on every play. There's a 4 touchdown form so far from Reed. I think Reed's going for it. Ben's going for it. I'm definitely giving the edge to Ben because he's playing much tougher competition. He's also got 5 touchdowns. Nearly 60%, just a bit under 60%. I think he's got probably about 60. He's 13 for 21. He's got 5 touchdowns. Yeah, he's definitely the guy so far. Let's see who does it afterwards. Yeah, absolutely they do. Damn, but Raiders really let everyone down, I can't lie. We didn't have high expectations, but holy shit, we thought it would be a little bit closer than this. Yeah, it's disappointing. But it's just Saturday games, man. Saturday games just haven't been great the last couple of weeks in terms of like teams turning up. Look at that. 253 yards for Vienna, 131 for the Raiders. Not even a 50 passing yards by the Raiders, by the way. They've had a lot more time on the ball as well. What a disappointing. Let's have a look at the divisionals. Yeah, so now Raiders are definitely sat in that like third spot. The Ravens will be 2-1 or 3-0. Bravos are going to be 3-1. Yeah, brutal. Such a shame. I think everyone wanted this one to be closer. The sides always turned up the other teams. I was like, yeah, like that seems to be what it is. Like we had last week, Stuttgart versus Hamburg, meant to be quite an interesting game. Hamburg don't turn up, look like shit. Surge beat him up. And that was like kind of the game of Saturday. All the others were a little bit, yeah. And then this one was meant to be the game of Saturday. And the Raiders just haven't turned up. So it is a disappointing one by Dan McCallum. Second and 5 by Vienna. Now in the fourth quarter. Holmes rushed at least, bit of pressure on him. He's going to roll out. Like Ben's so deceptively quick. So deceptively quick. He just makes the right moves, you know. He's not necessarily like as fast as Cozy is. But he just makes those right decisions where Cozy would throw that ball. I'm not going to lie. Berlin again, fourth down near the goal and stopped. Basically 3 of them. Yeah, legit. Like, I don't know why they keep going for a fourth down then if they're fucking it up that much. I'll watch that game later, but man. Berlin are just a weird team. I really don't know what they're trying to do over there. I think they started recruiting really late too. 3rd and 1 is stopped. It's a close one, but fourth down nevertheless. I think they're going to run it and get it, but maybe the Raiders will make a stop here. That'll be something. That'll be something. We'd like to see a Raiders defensive stand. Yeah, I'd pull Ben. I agree. Yeah, it's a good move. Pull Ben. Honestly, pull someone. Probably pull everyone. Pull Lucky. I'm not letting Ben sneak this though. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. Well. I mean, that's the way to end it. I said I wouldn't give Ben the sneak here. I was more thinking about injuries. Nah, touchdown. MVP of the week's definitely going to be Ben Holmes, right? 6 touchdowns. 5 rush, 5 throw in, and then a bloody sneak for like a 40-yard gain, 30-yard gain. Phenomenal. Well, me and SH, that's why we're not coaches in the ELF. Because we both would have probably taken Ben out. Unbelievable. Now you can take him out. They're up by 41. Take him out. Everyone. All the stars. Yeah, they really are. Biggest blowout in like the history of this rivalry. Raiders kind of got to be a little bit ashamed. I can't lie. Like, you're meant to be trying to push for a playoff spot, realistically, and they're getting absolutely beaten up. It's just not even it's not even close. In any level. The dude looks a bit like me, I can't lie. Yeah, it's a brutal one. This is a shame. Like I said, meant to be trying to compete with Madrid. They're going to be playing Madrid at some point. That'll be a fun game. But, like, you cannot be losing by 40 plus. Like, you just can't be. If you're trying to make playoffs, not possible. Well, now backups are in, so maybe. I think they keep at me. Maybe they should. Maybe they should. If I'm the Raiders, I don't know what I'd do really. I'm not sure. I think Connor Miller, when he comes back off IR, I'm putting him back in. I think you have to, right? At least Conor Miller was a bit more effective. I think it's downgraded. Vienna's a good complete team, all through the game. Yeah. Yeah, they are amazing. They're amazing team. But there's so many mistakes by the Raiders. First of all, they cannot move the ball. Secondly, you're allowing sneaks for 40 yards, you know. They have not looked like a team that is even close to making the playoffs. Did we expect them to win? No. Did we expect them to make it a little bit competitive? Maybe, yeah. Because, like, the fire against Vienna, that was a close one. Let's have a look at Vienna's scores, actually. Just to remind myself. Like, at this current point in time, they are worse than, like, the Lions and the Enthroners. Where's the record? I gotta look on each team. Yeah, so they lost. They beat Prague 28-6. So they lost to Prague they beat Prague 28-6, and they beat Fehervar 62-15. So at this point, you could argue that Prague are a better team than the Raiders. I'm not saying that because obviously I've helped build them, but like from a scoreline standpoint, they're more competitive by a mile. Yeah, they did. But the Vienna defense is incredible. But like Prague scored on them. Only once, but they did score on them. Fehervar scored twice on them. Fire scored once on them. Raiders need to score on this drive. Non-questionable. 35-0, not even halftime. Poor, yeah, they fucking stink. I think Cotton's been cut, if I'm not mistaken. I think they've let Cotton go. Yeah, I think you get Doman in, it's probably not much of a difference, is it? Let's be honest. Come on, Raiders, do something. There's no zip on these passes from Perry, nothing. There's no zip, there's no urgency. But I'm not sure if I saw it somewhere that I think Cotton has just been like released. But I'm not 100%. Like, don't fact check me on that. What's crazy? They have the Raiders now. They got Fire, and then they got Raiders again. So Raiders really don't have much of a turnaround. 3rd and 8 now all of a sudden. Like, you went from a big play, really close, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and 8, man. Like, this offensive team has been poor. Hit Sullivan. There we go. I thought he was going to overthrow him for a second then, but thank God for that. Maybe. I don't think this year. If he's hurt, I don't think this year. Maybe next season will be fun, but maybe next season. He didn't show like a ton because he only played one game, so it'd be tough to tell, really. There we go. At least he got one. Vikings probably got some backups in now. Raiders keep just trying to score, to be honest, I think. Yes. At least they scored something, you know. I want to see the Reds make this a little bit closer. Even if it fucking out blasted that kick. Jeez. That was like a best PAT I've ever seen. He slapped that like a mile over the uprights. Look at that. Jeez. Sent out the stratosphere. What a kick. It was a high ball as well. That's what I'm saying. The ball placement has been bad. Like, Sullivan's like 6'4". Sullivan's huge. He nearly overthrew the ball. Right, what's the score difference now? 6-41. It's like 35 points. They need a couple more scores, make it somewhat competitive, you know. Get 20 points in the fourth, maybe 25 points in the fourth. Don't think they're gonna do it, but I really kind of want them to. Guess who has the Raiders by 18? Yeah, if they get 21, I mean make it like a 20-point game, then like at least then it'll be a bit more respectable. It'll be a blowout nevertheless, but still shooting high. Yes. Ah, there goes Divine. Good tackle by Unger. But yeah, still too high. Still shooting too high. This is a ball placement, this boy. He's not a great passer. I still need to write that piece on mobile quarterbacks. I definitely want to do that. Not sure if I should do the London Monarchs thing first or the mobile quarterbacks. I'll probably do the Monarchs stuff. Let me have a look. See how that Polt is going first as well. There we go. Defense with a stop. Nicely done. There we are. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Oh my god, it is actually 50-50. What the fuck? It is actually 50-50. Nah, we're right with that. You know, we're still, you know, we're fine with that. It works. Holmes has been spectacular. They've still got him out. No, they've taken him out. Good. That's all he wants. He's up by a mile. They don't need to have Holmes out there. It was a good way to end his game, I think. Little Bauer, at least he's slowed down. Second, third, or maybe 9. It was something. It's something. I feel like today's stream's going to be short. I don't know why. I absolutely prefer the pocket passer quarterback. 100%. If I'm building the left team, I'm not getting a fucking mobile quarterback. There are they don't work. Not in Europe, they don't work. No mobile quarterback has ever won a championship in the ELF. None of them have barely made the playoffs. Zach Edwards is the only one you can make a case for. Good D. Yeah, you need a pocket passer that can just deliver dimes. You need to invest in the offensive line. It's just football knowledge. But Vienna to go 4 now, big deal. This season's going so fast, which is terrifying. Like how we're already in week 4 is so scary. Yeah, like all the best quarterbacks in the league are pocket passers. Like some of them can run for sure, but they're not, you know, known for running. There's the punt. This is a stop by the Raiders. Hell of a punt. Hell of a punt. Right, Raiders. Big score here, boys. Get something on the board, you know. Make it redeemable. You don't want it to be the worst loss in Raiders versus Vikings history, now do you? There you go. Absolutely. Please do. If it's an Instagram, is it an Instagram page? If it's an Instagram page, then put it in the chat. I'll check it out. First and 10, just in front of the 20, maybe about 23, 22. Need something quick. They're going to run it, which I can respect. 7 minutes, 40 seconds left, though. I think you need to be pushing it down the field with some slinging the rock. Yes, amazing. Definitely send it in. I'll follow it. They just don't have much going on for them, do they? At least it's a few yards. Maybe I'm a bit too harsh on that one. Absolutely. Right, Perry dropping back, sending a shot which it should have been picked. Not a good pass. Should have been picked. They're in long now. It's just not getting much better for them. Actually, you could argue maybe Weber dropped that. I'm not sure. I couldn't see clearly from that angle. They're in 6. 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to go for the Raiders. Let's get a score here. Please, Tyrrell, please. Make it closer, otherwise the people that just look at scores will be very angry. Even though this one has not been close, but still. The fuck was that? He's so inaccurate, man. It's crazy. I don't know. But, you know what I don't understand? Is like, why are they doing so much rollout stuff? Like, they never did rollout stuff with Miller. And I know that the playbook has to change because Miller and Nkosi are very different quarterbacks. But, like, what the fuck? Hey, what's up, Jarvis? What's up, Jarvis? Is that your left host, Jarvis McClan? That's crazy. I'm just like, I'm so stunned by the change in their offense in this game compared to the other games. I don't know why they're doing so many rollouts with Perry. He's not very good at throwing on the run. He throws high often, and his placement is poor. I think if they kept the more prototypical pocket passing style that they had in the last couple of games, I think they'd have a bit more success. It's been disappointing on them, I can't lie. Let's look at the Bravo score. 35-0. Hagedorf was 7. Sent it with a crazy stat line. They ran the ball 4 times, which is wild. They ran the ball 4 times. Crazy, just high offense and passing. We just have to play to their own strengths, run the ball, and into the Vikings. Oh, yep. But there's immediate rollouts. And if you do immediate rollouts, the whole defense is going to shift that one side. And they're not good enough to throw to the other side where the players don't roll out from. I just don't understand the call. I think it's a bad game plan. I think it's a very bad game plan. Let's have a look at the stats for Perry in this game. Yeah, 8 for 22, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 20 rushing yards. Just not been a very effective one for him, to be completely honest. They got the backups in for Vienna. They need a defensive, because to be honest, I'm putting a lot of slack on. I'm putting a lot of shit on Perry, but also the defense for the Raiders has not caused any turnovers. They should have had a pick 6 as well, obviously. Pretty sure Hegedus has picked up an injury, wasn't on the pitch for a bit. Not sure how I'm watching. But yeah, I think you're probably right. I know he took a few hits earlier. I think if I look at just the numbers, there's been no other passing players, but there have been a couple more runs. Yeah, I don't get it. Some of the team roster building this year has been really, really poor. Some of it's been spectacular. You look at the roster building of like Vienna and some aspects of teams like the Raiders, and the roster building is great. You know, Maddox, great find. Dijon Wall's great find. Yeah, some of it, like, oh, it's not good. Came back at the end of the half. There you go. Yeah, tough. You want stats, Bo, Mikey? And you might get it. You had that long rushing touchdown last year. I think it was against the Raiders, was it not? That long rush. Oh my god. Oh shit. There we go. 36. Sasbo. Nice play. Looking a lot more composed. I say that as he just kind of throws out of bounds, but at least he hit the net. Yeah. He was the national team. Yeah, Michael Sabsberg's definitely the best. There's a few really good Austrian quarterbacks, I can't lie. It's definitely, in terms of like pure quarterback wise, talent wise, probably the second best in Europe. Germany be number one. Here's the punt by Vienna. Another great punt. Actually, to be fair, I wasn't. Kind of took an awkward backspin. Raiders. Said it 100 times. Raiders, please. Something. Anything. We can't keep going on like this. We can't just have a poor. We're in like the second and third strings now. We can't really have. I'm so out of focus. Here we go. There we are. Selig has taken the thing. If you check the under 19, Austria is clear number one and beaten in like 10 years. Yeah, under 19 was, but they didn't play Germany for that time because Germany was like out of international competition for a while. Well, under 19, yeah, Austria have been phenomenal. I started my coverage of American football as an under 19 reporter. That's where I've seen some of these Vienna Vikings players. Like when I was at the European Championships in 21 or 22. And Cozy, let's get you some stats, my guy. Honestly, kind of looks like the Raiders have just kind of given up on it too. It's kind of like, yeah, we're fucked. Let's just get out of here, which I can understand. Already third down. Yeah, there's just... That's funny, I haven't actually talked about under 19. I'm literally wearing an old Europe's Elite shirt. Bring back Europe's Elite, man. First down. First look, it's just not a good name, I can't lie. 3rd and 4. Perry, my guy, please. Pull up some numbers. Show us a flash so we can get excited about something maybe next week. Good run. Good run. Because where are we at next week for the Raiders? They have got... Well, they got Madrid next week. That's such a fun game. I'm actually really excited for that. That'll be a fun game. My God, that's going to be a really good game. Maybe. Maybe, because they can't score. Vienna's defense is a lot better than Madrid's, but still. Whereas Bravos are up by 35-0. I think they've probably taken a foot off the gas. They're still in the second quarter. They're not at halftime yet? Really? How are they not in halftime yet? Surely they must be in halftime. If they're not in halftime yet, that's crazy long. I know they're a very high octane offense, so the games are usually a little longer. Oh my God, yeah, I'm so mad at them. They've been so bad. The Raiders have just been so bad. I'll be very clear about this on the Left Live that I'm disappointed with the Raiders. I can't lie. Very disappointed. Have you checked the Germany-Austria game? Oh God, no. I have not watched 2014 tape. I've seen the pictures of it, but I have not seen the actual full game. Verhava has a worse roster building combined from what I've seen. Agreed. At least competitive programs concluding the first year. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Verheerva and Enthroners think they're smarter than everyone else, and they're not. But I don't know what it is. It's not. I don't think it's the coaches that make that call. I don't know if it's the owner or what. Because a coach would be able to see we cannot stop the fucking pass. We need to sign some American DBs, not American D tackles or defensive ends or outside linebackers that get hurt every year. I feel like they should be able to see that. Why am I so out of focus? But they just don't. So I think it may be a ownership thing. I really don't know. But you are definitely right in saying that it's the worst roster building. Like, it's managed so badly. But it's not like they do not have a great homegrown talent, obviously. But they do have some players. They've got a good receiver core of homegrowns. They've got Janos Salahi, who's a really good linebacker. Yeah, so there you go. So it's not the coaching, it's the GM. And if the GM thinks that's a good idea, he should be fired. I'm sorry, but he should be. Get me in GM. GMs are not making the calls as a roster building perspective very well often. What is up, Davide? How are you doing? Nothing fun so far. Really good catch by Beer Bomber. Go and clip that catch from Beer Bomber. You got some good content with that one. That's about it in this one. I can't lie though. Perry's been awful. Raiders team overall has just been poor. There we go. Fans are happy. I'm glad to see fans are still happy, you know. Yes. I know, yeah. I know the Fehervar Academy team. Like, they played in Austria for a few years, if I'm not mistaken. Like, yeah, exactly. You got the Serbians as well. Borkovic, Zek, like studs. Borkovic, great homegrown talent. Like, they have players. They do. But I'm not sure if it's a GM. Like, American quarterback, absolutely. American receiver, absolutely. No question. Ease offensive line, no question. Need it. You need better ones too, because I'm sorry, the ones you're getting are not good enough. E may be at running back, but again, if you want to be a heavy pass and offense team, that's fine. You've got good Hungarian receivers. They're not quite Prague's level of Hungarian. Like, that's obviously a natural comparison. Prague are a little bit better with their homegrown receivers, but it's not like a massive difference. And then spend those Americans on DBs. If you want to get one American linebacker like Potter, who does look like to be a solid player, I get it. And then get DB. No question. The score is 41-7. Yeah, it's if you want to pick a favorite team, depends on where you are in the States, because some teams do have like connections to teams in the States. One of the worst losses though for the Austrian derby ever by the Raiders, by the way. I have never actually seen live a Raiders win against the Vikings. That's crazy. Brutal. In Hungary, it's always a problem to get good players. I agree. They didn't sign any Serbian D-line. Everything. Yeah. Like, if they just... I know it's hard to get these guys into the country. I have no doubt. But that's when you start looking at gems. That's when you start going moneyballing. You try and find guys in the GFL or the Maple League that are like a little bit unproven but could have really high upside. That's where you're going to find them. You know, if you have Enthroners, you're not going out to Sven Bennenbach. It's just not going to happen. You're not going out to Victor Stoffel. It's not going to happen. But you could absolutely find some gems. Okay, let's check in quickly with Berlin Hamburg. Let's see where they're at in their game. They'll be towards the end. Let's have a look. Yeah, biggest loss until now because they sucked. I can't lie, they just did. They just didn't look good. Did not look good. Ben Holmes, great game for him. He didn't have very many yards in terms... Then again, he got 57 yards on the ground. Like, he didn't have 200 passing yards, which just sounded a bit like, We're leaning Madrid because of Cruikshank and New Jersey and Rutgers fan. Really like Prague, pretty fun. Underdog space, what I've learned from last season. Frankfurt, Giants, also Sandro. Great, cool. Want to see with all of them. Cruikshank, yeah. Oh, wow. Cruikshank's a baller. I think that's Madrid's a good shout as well. They have really fun offense, fun team overall. Did Berlin score? The rain is bad there. Wow. That must have been the storm that was just over my country a couple hours ago. Okay, they're actually making that a bit closer than I thought they would, to be all credit to them. Let's go to the Enthroners game. Yeah, I think Madrid, if you're going to pick a team that you want to like see score, Madrid's a good call. They always have fun games. Right, let's finish off the evening with a bit of fantasy watching, because Cruikshank is in my fantasy football. Let's actually check who else is in there. 4 sacks in 4 games to America. Exactly the point. Like, that's such a good point. Like, you've got all these guys, so you're investing heavily into the American D-line. You get 4 sacks in 4 games. It's shit. Absolutely correct. Great point there. But Matt, also tell us how good Vienna's Vikings defense is. I will, for sure. Somehow everyone's not talking about the competition is bad, but how good Vienna's pulling out. I think you're right. Like, they have an amazing D, but I don't think people have not been talking about it. We've been talking about Lucky a lot. We've been talking about Donkor, Ben Straight, the number 49 linebacker with a Polish name that I can't say. Divine. Like, we know how good Vienna's defense is. I feel like that's an obvious one for most people to see, that how good they are on defense. Hope Enthroners learn from their mistakes. How to build a team. Yeah, it is. They're playing like shit. The roster building's terrible. And I doubt the coaches want to build the roster that way as well, I can't lie. Like, I really doubt they want to build the roster this way. They can't possibly. I don't know what the GM's thinking. And I'm not sure if the GM was a coach, or is he Hungarian? Is he American? Does he know what he's doing? Don't mean to be rude, but like, Jesus, man. You look at how to turn around a team, and Fehervar could absolutely do it. Like, Prague have turned their team from like a bottom feeder that got 1 win in 2 years to a team that looked like they could get 3 to 5 wins. Like, realistically, it's a good turnaround. Surge, great turnaround. Literally one of the worst teams we've ever had in the league to one of the best teams in the league. I know you can say about Germans, unicorns, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot easier for them to turn around. Same with Paris as well. They were a mid-table team. They became a lot better in the 2nd and 3rd year. Like, there are options for them. There really is. Why are they challenging the play? He's a Hungarian man who was around the team since it's established. Well, maybe you should give up the reins. I think he's probably living on the glory days of the CEFL Championship, which has never had the best competition and is a cup game. Yeah, I know. If I'm building the Enthroners, I'm building it vastly different to how they're building it. I don't think Bonatti did very well for my fantasy football. 48 yards, not great. Not great for my fantasy team. Let's have a look at Chris Mankaya, how he's doing. He's got, alright, Chris Mankaya's got the 94 yards. It seems like they're rushing it a bit more, which is good. That's what we love to see. He's also got a reception. He's got over 100 yards. There we go. He's actually looking so good for a rookie, by the way. Like, it's very impressive. And then in this game, Reed with 5 scores. Cruikshank with 171 in the air. Do you want to give it to Holmes? No, not Holmes. The fuck am I talking about? Ben Holmes. for 6 touchdowns, but not as many yards, and against a better team? Or do you want to put against Reed with a worse team playing against, but he's had better numbers? Kind of a tough one. Challenge unsuccessful. They lose a timeout. Brutal. Crookshank actually has 236 yards. My bad. Holy fuck. 236 yards. What's the record for most yards in a game? Don't want a championship game, championship caliber in Hungary, but want a team that could be like Volklar. Exactly, not the best, but every year they have a decent shot. Agreed. Like that's what they definitely could be. Like you look at Prague at the moment, and Wrocław, like they're both of those I think could compete with each other. Maybe you'd probably get the Panthers the edge, of course, but like it's two teams that you're like, meh, reasonable. And then the Enthroners are just way down. Berlin shit show, somehow they get worse every single year. Yeah, Robitaille has 276, and I think Bertolon has like 274 or something. So Crookshank could break that today. I know if he gets 300, it'll definitely be a record. I want to see him do it. Because I know that Flores Calderon had like 230 something against the Dragons last year. That'd be fun. 276, I knew it was here. I knew it was Robitaille. I couldn't remember that number. Now you said 276, so I think you're spot on. Get it all to Crookshank. Get the ball to Crookshank. Not because he's on fantasy, but I kind of want to see him break the record. And also because Reed's on my fantasy. That'd be helpful for me to have, both of those guys in the same team would be helpful. I'm currently 37th in the world in fantasy. Feeling good. Oof, yeah, that'd be a good one. I think he could get a lot. I don't think he's going to break any Madre London's records because the league was a lot worse when Madre was in there. Like, last year's Enthroners team beat this year's Enthroners team, which is worrying. Molina, nice run. Good run by Molina. Nice game. That's MB. That's me. Does a fantasy manager update real time or after games? First time playing the ELF fantasy coming up. A couple days. It takes a couple days. I think Monday is when it should be like complete. It takes a while, Saturday games will get evaluated. They'll get it all confirmed. Then Sunday, obviously the game's there and it'll get evaluated and it'll be up Monday. But yeah. I don't think you want to know the answer to that, Khaled. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if sure if it's been Miles for the whole game, but I ain't gonna lie, none of the Enthroners DBs can be very good at the moment. Won't break any rushing record against the Enthroners. The game will be too quick. You're not wrong. QB run for some. Ooh. This way, get a ball to a run back. Exactly. Agreed. Yeah, like it will be done about Monday. The fantasy football stuff, like it'll be fine by then. Prague is really the only game. I think they lose both of those. By the way, I think they're gonna lose Prague twice. Prague is really the only game Enthroners are kind of the same level. No, I don't think they're the same level as Prague. To be honest, like Prague have a very good receiver in Willie Patterson, which is better than anyone the Enthroners have. They've got a stud homegrown running back. And Tuzelka, which the Enthroners have nothing close to that. They've got 4 offensive linemen, which is just much better than the Enthroners. They've got a quarterback, which is inconsistent, which you could argue, the same thing as they have. And then defensively, you'd say probably the Enthroners have a couple of better players, but as a whole, it's definitely Prague, because you look at Schmudny, Danik, and then the imports like Ken High could just battle. I to be honest, I think they put 40 up again next game. I don't think the Enthroners are close. Yeah, I think kind of feel bad for Miles because it's not a good fit for him to be on this team. But I think Miles should have a. If I'm Miles' manager, which I'm obviously not, I would give him another year in the GFL because he's not proved that he's able to play a full season at a high level and be a number one corner, which he essentially has to be in Fahrenheit because they don't have an American, which is kind of brutal. It is what it is. Last year Enthroners and this year's Prague would be game of the season. That would be fun. That would be fun. But again, I'd still give that to Prague. Like Prague did beat Enthroners last year. Just I really do feel bad for the Enthroners because, like I said, they could have an okay team. They could do a full scale rebuild and be okay next year. They could aim for 2 or 3, maybe 4 wins. If they do a proper full solid rebuild, find some gems, a few gambles pay off, they could be in the same position that Prague are in now, where we're like, good team, noticeably improved. Maybe they'll compete with someone like Helvetic or with Poland, because they play both of those. Fun stuff. Updates on Embry, I don't think he's playing. I think he's still on IR. I'm not 100%. I hope he does play this year, though, because I love Jay and Embry. I 100% agree with an AFL team beating the Enthroners. Oh, nearly picked. I agree. Strongly agree. John Cole with a drop. I was not on hot as some people were on John Cole. I think I have been graded as like a 3.5, which for American is not great, to be honest. I thought they'd be playing him both ways, to be fair. Doesn't seem as if they are. He's not on any of the tackle numbers. It ain't working, boys. It ain't working. It looks dark in Fairview. Big hit. Nicely done. Commentators loving it. I'm into it. That's brutal. That's brutal. I mean, you're not entirely wrong, I don't think. In Yang is such a hard hitter. I love In Yang. I was so right about him on that eval that he just plays like with reckless abandonment, and I love it. Big fan of what In Yang has. Absolute baller. Fairview, 3rd and 4. Can they pass the 50? I want to see them. And the drop is what it is. I think I've lost much hope with the Enthroners, to be honest. It's another drop by John Cole. They haven't been great. Just haven't been great. I ain't gonna lie. 4th quarter as well, 31-14 for Hamburg against Berlin. They're going for it, 4th and 5. It's just ugly, isn't it? It is. I was surprised, I'm not going to lie, when Fahervar did get an ELF team. It's not exactly what you'd think of when you think of the best European teams, but nothing. Yeah, they ain't a good team. They ain't a good team. This is unfortunate. Right, Madrid, let's get Crookshanks on. I want to see you break a record. I want to see a 300-yard game. Which I think the Diggy's on, is he? No, I don't know if Diggy's on. Don't tell me you benched him when he's on 230. I can't see him on the field. Maybe you should just off this one play. Oh, send it with a dime. Easy. Edu Perez, baller. Yeah, crazy. Like, they're just not really doing much. Oof. The Battle of Bajric did not happen. That's brutal. No, I don't want to see that. I want to see him get 300. Come on, Andrew, brother. Put him in. Because he could be MVP of the week with a 300-yard performance. Yeah, he's not in on this drive either. I'm trying to see it. He's on the sideline. He's still dressed. You can see him at the bottom of the screen, the bottom left. He's still dressed. He's next to Andrew Wandinger, which is a good sign. Like, if he was hurt or, like, being taken out, I feel like they would have him out of pads, maybe, just to avoid the temptation. Maybe they're just giving some other people the chance. Yeah, he's still on the sideline. Let's have a look what, because they've spread the ball out a little bit. They've probably got some backups there and trying to get some guys' experience. Because receiver-wise, he has had 8 catches compared to no one else who's had over 4. I think it will be between... I don't know if he'll get to the voting process, I'm not going to lie. It's really tough to pick a winner of the week because you've got Sinnett, who's had a great game, 6 touchdowns, 19 out of 26. You've got Aaron Cruikshank, who's got 236 and 2 touchdowns. You've got Ben Holmes, who just had a great game. I guess it depends on what you value, because like the Enthroners are a bad team, whereas there are other teams that are not a bad team. Not that the Raiders are great, but you know they're better than this one. They're down. Madrid. No Cruikshank still. That makes sense. I think he's probably out for the game. Which I'm kind of devastated about, I can't lie. I want to see a bit more of him. Fair. way offside. Go watch the ball, man. 3-5 yards. 3-5 yards on 3rd down. Easy. There you go. Center page. Let me have a look. My phone on do not disturb during the game, so let's manually check it out. There we go. I will put a link. Fantastic. Drop it in the chat, just so if people want to follow, they can. Molina with a nice run. There you go. So enough for them. I think it's good for the Bravos just to run this one out. They don't need to prove anything. Honestly, for them, it's just the fact they've allowed 0 points is a good thing. They've got a strong offensive performance. They haven't allowed any defensive points. And for them, I think that's a good sign. But let's look at tomorrow's games. So they're probably more exciting. Let's have a look. So we got... See now... I know we have Fire versus Musketeers. I know that we do have that. But Prague versus Wrocław, I think, is going to be the game that I watch. Because that game could be really fun. I think that game could be close. Maybe I'm rose-tinted glasses with Prague. But I do think it could be close. Because they both got... Panthers coming off a bye week. Obviously, they didn't do very well in the last one. I want to see that game. And I want to see that game be close. Yeah, agreed. I'm with you on that. I'm hoping the Enthroners do the same thing, but I don't think they're going to. Oof. Could you say whole day of football there? Whole day of football. Not sure what's going on here. Timeout by the Madrid Bravos. And then the last game's Centurions vs Galaxy. I ain't watching that. Not until I have to. But Munich versus Stuttgart, hell fucking yes, I'm watching that game. So that one will be the two games we probably watch. If Lions versus Panthers is a blowout, I'll turn over to Musketeers Fire. But I think Munich versus Stuttgart is going to be a really, 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 really good game. I hope so, anyway. I need to look at my Nostradamus 100 predictions. I'm pretty sure I predicted a receiving record being broken. Me too, obviously. I'm hoping they do too, because I don't really like the Panthers. I don't like TJ Ryan, he's not a very nice guy. So, I do hope that the Lions can to get some of that. You know what's even crazier actually? Fun fact, Lions actually have a positive scoring to conceding point differential. Which is kind of mad. Now they put 40 up on the Enthroners, unquestioned. So before that, it was definitely not positive. But the fact that it was positive now is cool. Cologne had by far the worst point differential, and it's never going to change because they suck. But Enthroners also not that far off. Enthroners have scored more than Cologne, but conceded more as well. Here's another run. There we go. Molina. He runs too high. Run lower, Molina. We gotta start collecting some of that. Maybe. Oh, that's a good point actually. Who's winning? C-League is just about winning the vote. Alright, so consider this C-League tape watch if he's ever coming back into the game, which I doubt he is, to be honest. I doubt C-League will come back. Unless he is still in the game, I don't think he is. I think they've got all the reserves around Reed now. Just trying to give Reed probably one more drive, or maybe they give him a couple more. Couple more yards. Third down. Chance of an Italian team. Oh, Milan definitely ain't coming back. Milan suck. First of all, the ownership of Milan's fucking awful. I ain't gonna lie, they're terrible. They're in IFL 2 at the moment. They're not doing very well in IFL 2, which makes it even more unlikely. And people in Italy don't want to play for the Milan team. I would love to see an Italian team, someone like Florence or Rome, or even a new Milan team that's completely new, completely made for the league. But I don't want to see no one from the Milano Seaman. Someone just sent me the Crookshank link. Him, Reed, and Holmes for MVP of the week so far. Let me check the other scores, see which people could be in the same for that. Milan still have a team in the IFL, like you just said. We do need an Italian team. It'd be good fun. It creates like a ton of opportunities. They've got some really talented players in Italy, but Milan Seaman is just a ridiculously badly ran franchise, allegedly. As someone who was familiar with that team and tried to help build that team in the first year, and I told them how bad their defense was going to be, and they said, "You're wrong. We don't want to work with you anymore." And then they have the worst defense in the league's history at that point. I was like, "Fucking told you so." So yeah, they don't like being told they're wrong. They don't like being told they need to change. And I do not think they should be allowed in the league with that name. I know it sounds like a joke, but the name is fucking terrible. It's not marketable, and people laugh at it. Players don't want to tell people they play for that team. Oh, but Versace, I don't give a fuck. No one gives a fuck. They gotta get rid of it for sure. So I want to see a Florence team. Nice. Oh, a purple team in the ELF. Florence would be so cool. Oh, I'd love that. I'm not gonna lie, love that. Enthroners is one of the worst teams in the ELF. The national team is somewhere between 5 and the European. Yeah, it's wild. Makes you think. Makes you think. Scorpions, Fedese, and Parma. No. I don't think Vigani would leave. I think Vigani's like the most loved Surge player. I don't even think he'd leave. I don't think... Well, Parma could definitely work. Fedese, I don't think so much. Parma, absolutely. Florence is the one I want, just because I want a purple team. Black and white Parma, it could work, definitely. But I just want a purple Florence team. You take that Milan roster and add in a lot of the better Italian players from around the league. Look at a really good team. Wait, we moving those chains for Herbar? Needs something. I don't think they're going to get anything out of this one, but as long as the clock keeps moving, we can move forwards. Because tomorrow's games I'm excited for. 3 games are really good. 1 game, they ain't good at all. But it's an opportunity for the Galaxy to stack up numbers. Trash team, I can't lie. I just don't get the building. Like we've said 100 times, I just don't understand what the vision with the squad building. Like, at what point do you admit that 2D lineman is not going to work? How bad does your team have to be before you admit, maybe I should give up the reins of this squad building stuff? Let a head coach build a team. Or let the head coach bring in a scout to build a team. Yeah, not good. At least they're taking the field. So that's the positive sign. Why are people asking so much about fantasy? They're like, I'm getting messages like, oh, I can't see the fantasy scores unupdated. They've never updated on the weekend. Tomorrow is going to be great. I'm going to sleep safe and sound, knowing that my fantasy is in a good spot with Reedson and Aaron Cruikshank. I'm happy with. Even Jolleby Cruz, although he hasn't had the most active game from, I don't think, with the stats-wise, got a touchdown. Let me quickly check that, because he might have had a couple more since. He does not have much, but he has 1 catch for 12 yards, but that 1 catch for 12 yards was a touchdown, which I will absolutely take. Chrisman Kaya got himself over 100 yards rushing. Good for him. That's a great pickup for my fantasy. I just need him to score, maybe. That'd be nice. Also got 13 yards in the air. And who else I got? William Patterson's not played. Bonatti didn't play great. Terry Wright has not played. Cruikshank has played really damn well. Where's Oh my god, Sullivan's thrown 60 passes? What the fuck? Oh my god, you're taking the piss. That's fucking insane. 60? What the fuck? 60? That's incredible. That's got to be the most passes in history, right? That's unreal. 4 picks. Yikes. Oh my lord. The run game, man. Like, where's the run? Why are they not running the ball at all? Like, not even a little bit. Not even once or twice. Like for Herval with their on the field problems, at least still around like ish. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I think they're owned by the city. So I think money wise we're okay because they're owned by the city of Sekic for Herval, but I cannot believe they've thrown the ball 60 times. Like, that's unbelievable. Jeez, I mean, fucking hell. That's one way to force the ball downfield. I won't doubt that. But you have to have a run game. I'm sorry. You cannot be giving Emil Fuchs 5 carries and Peter 1. I'm assuming Sullivan's passing attempts were not... Sorry, rush attempts were not designed. They're probably scrambles. At least a couple of them probably were. I have no idea. It's the Enthroners. I've stopped questioning the Enthroners at this point. I've kind of got them on in the background while I just look at the stats and talk to the chat. I'm shocked. Let me go at ELF stats at the moment. See if the live numbers for the passes. Player totals, passing. There we go. So yeah, Sullivan did have 9-4, a lot of yards, better completion percentage. He's tanked his completion percentage. He's got way more attempts than anyone else now. You know what's oh my god. So Sullivan had 96 attempts in the first 3 games, which is still a lot. That's still like 32 a game. And now he's had 60. Unbelievable. Yeah, good for them. In the third quarter as well. Probably for the best. Yeah, I don't want to get Reed hurt. Take him out nice and safe. Man, that's incredible. You know who is playing also out of their fucking mind is Jadrin. 13 touchdowns, no picks. Riley hasn't scored much. Only 4 touchdowns, but no picks for him. An efficient one. Kind of more inconsistent. You know, DJ Irons has not thrown a pick yet. Chad Jeffries hasn't thrown a pick yet. But neither of those guys have put up some crazy numbers anyway. Jeez. Ben Holmes, solid, but 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And of course, he had a big game today. But I'm so shocked that he's had 6. I don't think I've ever seen a player have that many passes in a game. He had a lot in the last game. He had like 40 something in the last one. My goodness gracious me. Let's look at these numbers in this game. I'm sure I'm kind of sad we didn't get to see more Cruikshank. Six touchdowns for Reed on the day. Seelig looked like he went a little early. Good though, I think, for Seelig to go out early. Don't want to see him get hurt. Gee, 7-4 for Madrid. Bravos. 16 Dragon didn't have much to do. Only 1 catch for 4 yards. That's a shame. Thought they might try and kind of get him a little bit into this one, warming up a little bit. Oh yeah, he's Rinus. He's definitely out. Stable team, no risk of bankruptcy. Pays 0 for the field. As an organisation, the team is good, but the field, yeah, you're not wrong. You are right. You are right. They'll be fine. They'll be around, but they ain't never going to be competing for a championship. It'd be cool if they could, but I don't think they're going to. I think they could legit make a couple of runs for some good wins, but not with what they're doing now. Right, while there's a flag going on, I'm going to go to the toilet. Because usually I go during halftime one of the games. But there hasn't actually really been that much going on. So I will be back in like a minute. Probably maybe a little bit more. But I should be back very briefly. Because usually I'll go during halftime one of the games. But again, this one has just been a slow Saturday like it was last week. But this one isn't particularly close. So I'll be back very briefly. Enjoy the slight reflection on the back of the screen. On the back of the t-shirt. We're good. We are good. Whoa, let's see. Okay, 4th and 19. Something, at least. That's something. Right, let's get to the end of this one. Then the third quarter still, but I think it'll be, this game's over, isn't it, really? I think they'd be smart just to run out the ball. What's the time on the other ones? They're still going. That must be one of the longest games in ELF history. Let me have a look. Is that Berlin game seriously still going? What the fuck is going on? I actually hate typing on Xbox. Oh my goodness. Ah, my bloody camera's died. Don't worry, I've got the backup. Just give me a second. Don't worry. I've got the backup spot. We'll be fine. This is part of routine. We know that this one dies during the second game. We are prepared. We are indeed prepared. Slot that one in there. Click, click, click. There we are. Now just give it a second. And it'll be back up before you know it. Now we can go back on the charge. Phenomenal. Right, now let's see if Berlin is still going against Hamburg. Maybe not. I think that one might be over. Still says live, but I think that one might be over. If we go to the red zone, no. Yeah, because it still says live, but it ain't. Wait, what the fuck? How'd I miss that? I don't want. Oh my god. Oh man. Gee. Oh, let me turn my camera back off. And on again. Now that we've got the battery in it. How'd I miss the only touchdown? There we go. How'd I miss the only touchdown they've scored in this game? You sat here for an hour just watching this one, and I've missed the only touchdown. Oh man, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Marcus. I do appreciate that. Right, show me a replay of this. Here we go. No, that was not the one. Was it the one? Okay. We get a replay of the score. Need to see the score, man. Guess we were. Madrid games always go on for so long now. They did this in the last week. I had to just call it. I was so bored because they were just fucking passing it around. To be fair, I might call this one at the end of this third quarter. This one's not even close because I'm still hungover as a motherfucker. So I think I might wait to the end of this third and then I'll call it. I think. Yeah, they are. They're incredible. Oh, jeez, I just sensed it a little bit. Yeah, I'll call it after this one. Talia played well. He played good. I don't think he played spectacular from the stuff I've seen in terms of the numbers, but it looks like he played well. Just a touch over 50%, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Not bad. Pretty good. Yeah, I'll leave at the end of the third quarter. I am still suffering. And we have the next eval confirmed will be Selig, which I'm excited to make that one. I'll start the tape watch that on Monday. Because we got backups in everywhere, and it's reasonable. We're not going to see anyone break any records. Selig's over there on the bench still. Dragon's on the bench still. Yeah, Berlin are fucking awful. Berlin are terrible, man. I did say to Reed that it could be on a case for an MVP performance. Yeah, that's what it is. It's gonna be good. We'll definitely start that tape watch on Monday. I reckon I can get that out, and I want to be able to get it in that day. I really need to get better at editing, and I really need to get quicker at doing evals. Because I would love to have made so many more videos. If it wasn't for school, I would have made a lot more. But I know that is kind of an excuse. Yeah, this game's definitely devolved. Oh, definitely, yeah, this one. And with that, third quarter is basically over. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. This game's, I don't want to keep you guys waiting for too long for this one. So honestly, I might even leave this one, and then I could start maybe doing some editing. Because I do want to do a SIG one, and I also have access to the photos for the ELF. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at about 11:30, probably 11:45 in UK time, just in time for the Panthers versus Prague game. Yes, absolutely. I will talk about Chris McCarr for sure. I'll see everyone tomorrow morning. Sleep well. Yeah, we've had injury at this fucking stage of the game as well. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you for spending the evening with me, as always. Very much appreciated. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.